that's very clear to everyone. It's 7:01 p.m. Monday, March 25th right now. We are live. This is a completely live webinar, live training. So don't worry, this is not recorded. And we are going to also be doing live Q&A. So during this training, while you are going to have questions come up, I guarantee it, we're going to have you post them in the Q&A spot, the Q&A box like you did with answering. However, we're going to answer those questions at the end of the call. So you're going to want to stick around so that we can answer those. And something that's very important that I want to make sure everyone is clear, there is no recording of this webinar. So you being live, if you are unable to stay on the whole call, you are going to miss out. I'm sorry. So you're going to want to make sure you stay live for this training and do yourself a big favor, eliminate all distractions, get a pen and paper handy to take a lot of notes. You know, it's been an interesting thing here that, you know, what we're going to be covering on this call is really about that huge opportunity right now. It's an absolutely huge opportunity to be able to build your own profitable business on Amazon. And this is something that me and Mike have been doing very successfully. We run our own successful, or each of our own successful Amazon brands on Amazon. We're selling millions of dollars a year. But more importantly than that is that we've been teaching this. I along with Matt Clark, my business partner, have been teaching this for over 7 years. And it all started by me and Matt meeting in a mastermind, him sharing with me what he was doing, and then him teaching me. And within 4 months of me going live, this was back in 2013, I was able to get to over 6 figures a month on Amazon. Now things have changed a lot of them for the good. Amazon is growing incredibly well. And over these last 7 years, we've been able to teach over 30,000 students, many of which are exceeding tremendously well. And Mike's going to share more about that. But this has been such a blessing in our lives because we have been able to empower people to be able to take back control of their lives by teaching them how to build their own brand of physical products and leverage the power of Amazon. And when I say the power of Amazon, the power it has is incredible. So first of all, I really want to drive something home. This is not about us promoting Amazon. We have nothing to do with Amazon other than we're huge fans of using it to be able to create our own brands, to be able to leverage this platform, to be able to create our own brands. And that's what you're going to learn on here, how to create your very own unique brand of products that you 100% own, and you're leveraging the power of Amazon, and I'm going to go into a little bit more on this, to be able to launch those products. And then where you take it from there, there's so many options. We have students that have sold their business just by purely selling on Amazon for millions of dollars. We have other students who have taken their products and they've gone into retail. They've gone onto other platforms. And some of them just stay on Amazon and take advantage of how huge Amazon is with all of its international options now. You know, when I started 7 years ago, there was barely any of the options. Amazon didn't have its Amazon sponsored ads, which gives you a huge power, but it didn't allow you to easily expand internationally. And now the way Amazon works together, it's so easy to be able to scale your business right on Amazon. But if you're one of those people that are afraid to keep your eggs in one basket, fear not, because that again is what the power of this is. It's about you creating your own brand and being able to leverage one of the busiest websites in the world, something that Google has been saying for years, has been threatening them because of the mass amount of traffic. People no longer go to Google when they're searching for products. Now they're going directly to Amazon because they treat Amazon as its own search engine. Why go to Google to type in if you're searching for some physical product? You just go straight to Amazon now. And what's really powerful about this, and I just read this today on the Motley Fool actually, of all websites, it said that only 3% of millennials do not use Amazon. Only 3%. That is crazy. They say millennials do 60% of their shopping online, and 50% of their purchases are done on Amazon. These numbers are absolutely crazy. And Amazon, as we know, as you may or may not know, actually just had its most amazing year ever. It's scaling so rapidly. When I started selling on Amazon, it was around 60 billion a year, which, you know, compared to what it is now, over 300 billion a year in sales. it's just growing astronomically. And what that means for you is being able to leverage this platform that every day more and more people are using. And so it's just something that we're very passionate about, because Amazon has been able to give us freedom, has been able to give tons of our students freedom, and it's something, if you're truly interested in learning how you can change your life in a way that allows you, by running your own business, that allows you the freedom to be able to do what you want, to work where you want. Now, this doesn't mean you don't have to work hard. You have to work very hard, but it gives you that freedom where, as long as you have an internet connection, you can run your business from everywhere. You don't have to worry about managing inventory and having a warehouse that's all taken care of, and Mike's going to get into that. And you know, it's been a real blessing working with Mike, because Mike was actually a student of ours. He was a student of Matt and I's, who really grabbed onto this business model, created his own brand, and within a year was able to quit his own business. And he took a huge liking, and he knew, because of how this impacted his business, he took a real liking to be able to share this with others. And since then, Mike has become part of us. He's now a partner in our company, as well as one of the best teachers there is on this topic of how to build your own business. And what we're talking about here is building, again, your own business, your own profitable business within the next 6 months, which is entirely possible with this business model. So now I'm going to take no more time from you, and I'm going to hand this mic over to Mr. Mike McClary. Mike, welcome.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jason. Yeah, so I want to thank Jason for, nice intro, for giving me this opportunity to change my life and to be here tonight with everyone on this workshop. And I want to thank everyone who's here for taking time out of their evening, or maybe even early morning, depending upon where you're at. I know we have some people from Europe, looks like Asia as well, all over the world. So I promise to deliver as much value as possible during the next couple hours here. Now, like Jason said, we're here today to talk about the incredible opportunity that exists with Amazon right now. And you can use that opportunity to build your own profitable business selling your very own brand of physical products, all in 6 months or less. Now, if you've joined us on any of our workshops in the past, we have done a few. We sometimes do that. You might have heard us talk about how you can start this exact same type of business with very limited capital as well. There are products that you can get going with on Amazon with as little as $500 in inventory. And a lot of the examples that you'll see tonight are the same types of products that have huge revenue potential but require very little in initial capital in order to get your business up and running. However, in today's webinar, I don't just want to focus on how little you actually have to spend on inventory. What I really want to focus on is to make sure that you understand how little time you can actually get going in this business. And by that, I mean you can get going and selling and reordering and be profitable in 6 months or less. And that's what we're going to be doing and learning tonight. Now, before I get into the training, though, I want to share some pictures that I took a few weeks ago while I was driving my daughter home from her play practice. These are stores right where I live. And as you can see, it's store after store, either closed down or closing down, with completely empty parking lots that used to be filled with cars on a Sunday afternoon. And it's not the economy in St. Louis, where I live. We're actually doing fairly well in the Midwest. We have restaurants that are doing great and more opening every month. We keep building more hotels, got 2 big brand new hospitals, and our home sales are picking up and the values continue to rise. So it's not something that's unique to our local economy or where I live at all. And if you're wondering whether these are just stock photos, by the way, that I found and put, from the internet, I did snap a few of me in front of them as proof that I really was out on this kind of chilly winter day and taking photos. Felt a little weird taking photos in front of these empty buildings, but I wanted to show that they were really from me. But the point of this is retail stores just can't seem to make it. And it's not just where I live, it's everywhere. Last year, we saw a continuation of what many are calling the retail apocalypse. We saw Circuit City closing 155 stores, Toys R Us closed over 735 stores, Sears is closing 188 stores after being saved at the very last minute from total bankruptcy, and Best Buy is closing 257 stores. And the list goes on as now 5,524 stores closed down in 2018. That is a tremendous amount of stores last year. So if you're wondering how 2019 is looking, well, CNBC just reported 2 weeks ago, there are already 4,810 store closures that have been announced by retailers in 2019, and we are only at the tail end of March right now. Now, the Gap is closing 230 of its stores, Victoria's Secret shutting down over 50 of its locations, and Payless Shoes is closing down all 2,300 of its footwear stores. These are just a handful of the nearly 5,000 stores that are scheduled to close this year alone. So you may be wondering then, the obvious question is retail dying? Well, the answer is no, and it's far from it. In 2018, retail sales hit a record of $6 trillion. That's a $6 trillion. And that's a $250 billion increase over the previous year. So clearly, people continue to buy more and more stuff. So if this is happening, though, all over the place, with stores shuttering their doors week after week, then where exactly is everyone spending more and more of the money? Because it's still going up. Well, the answer is Amazon. And as you can see by this chart here, they're experiencing the exact opposite of what these brick and mortar retail stores are going through. 8 years ago, in 2011, Amazon was selling $48 billion per year. Incredibly impressive even 8 years ago. And each year after that, their unprecedented growth resulted in billions of dollars of additional revenue. Now, last year, they grew by $56 billion. They grew by $56 billion, which is more than what they were doing back in 2011. And this year, they're expected to grow by another $72 billion, making them surpass, for the first time ever, $300 billion in sales. What's even more impressive, though, than the tens of billions of dollars they grow each and every year, it's how their growth is still accelerating. They grew 19.5% between 2014 and 2013, and each year since then, they've grown by more and more percentage-wise, and now they grew almost by 31% last year alone. These numbers are simply staggering. Now, you might be wondering just how big is Amazon then if we're talking about revenue? Well, in 2019, Amazon is huge. They have 197 million monthly website visitors, over 100 million Prime members. In the USA, $1 out of every $2, that's half of all spending online, is done on Amazon. And internationally, they do over $64 billion per year as well. And last year, for a period of time, they became a $1 trillion company. Again, those numbers are simply staggering for any company throughout the history of companies. Now, this incredible growth means one thing for all of us right now, and that's opportunity. Opportunity for me, for Jason, for Matt, for everyone that we've taught this business model to, and tonight, that opportunity for you as well. And that opportunity opens up a whole world of possibilities. Those possibilities include the ability to own your own business that works for you and not the other way around, to produce consistent and growing income that you can be confident in, to build and own your own asset that you can sell for a lot of money and even retire on, and to choose where, when, and how you want to work, and to have your own brand selling profitably on Amazon in 6 months. Now, before I show you what's possible, though, it's important to remember that this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme like Jason mentioned. If you decide to build this business to change your life, there is no guarantee you'll make money. Your results will depend on how hard you work, how much time you put in, how closely you follow our advice, and with any business, there's even some amount of luck involved in it. And the typical results that our students have achieved is a median revenue of $60,750 and profit of $6,895.83 per year. This means, though, that because it's a mean or a median, that half of our members do more than this. Some students have even sold as much as almost $30 million on Amazon with a business they built starting where you are today. So what is possible? Well, there's people like Peter and Adina who followed Robert Kiyosaki for years and love to improve and better their lives. And then this is what's possible for them. They come from Romania, where the average take-home salary is less than $8,000 per year. And this is Rebecca, who in just a short time selling on Amazon, she was able to exceed $1 million in sales in just 12 months. And this is what's possible for Anne, who now gets to choose where she wants to live and how much time she wants to work in order to spend time with her 2 children. But again, it's important to understand something about this opportunity that exists right now. Opportunity by itself does not equal success. Just because Amazon has created this incredible opportunity for me, for Peter, for Anne, for anyone looking to build their own brand of physical products, you're not going to magically become rich just by watching this webinar. So as of right now, 15 minutes into this webinar, opportunity equals one thing, it equals potential success. In order to take this opportunity and turn it into a real success or wealth or freedom or whatever it is you're looking to create, you need two other pieces to the puzzle. You also need a plan to show you exactly how to take advantage of that opportunity. Plus, you need to take action in order to execute that plan and have the best possible chances for success. Now, Amazon has already put this opportunity in front of us, and it's up to me, Jason, Matt, Rich, everyone else, and Amazing to give you the right plan for success. But then it is up to you to take action on what you're about to learn tonight. Because if you just watch this webinar and you go back and make absolutely zero changes in your life, neither of us really have accomplished anything. I'm still completely happy to join everyone here and give you everything you need to dramatically increase the chances of you achieving financial freedom. But in the end, we'll both be much happier if you actually use what you're about to learn and experience the life-changing results for yourself. So one way to make sure that you take action with what you're about to learn is to realize just why are you here tonight watching this webinar with me and with Jason. Maybe you're feeling stuck and unfulfilled in where you are at with your life. Maybe you realize that working for someone else just isn't what you really wanted to do. You could want freedom, and how you define that is really up to you. It could be financial freedom, lifestyle freedom, travel. You just want to provide for your family. You could be looking to give yourself more confidence in life by creating something that you can say, I built this. Or you could simply want to have more money. You want to create your own wealth. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. The important thing here is to realize why you are here. And whatever your reason is, there is a good chance that this business model that I'm about to teach you can be your way out. This is Paul Miller. I've had a chance to meet him. Jason, Matt, and I both got to interview him. He's one of our students who was facing a huge crisis in his life, both personally and financially. His restaurant businesses were going under, and he was afraid of being a failure to his wife and his kids. Luckily, he came across our training at the right time, and he used that training to build his own brand of kids' headphones. You can see them right here on the screen. Now, his business that he built sells millions of dollars each year, and he even has a licensing deal with Nickelodeon to use their characters on his products. This business model was the perfect solution to his and so many other people's needs. It can be low cost. It's a proven model time and time again. It can be run from anywhere in the world as long as you're able to get an internet connection. It's a real business that not only has large income potential, but it builds an asset that can be sold when you're ready, and it requires limited experience or technical skills. I'm living proof of that. Now, whatever your reason is that you're here, this business can be that solution. But you do have to be willing to do the work, because this webinar will save you lots of time. It'll give you a plan that you can follow. It'll show you a proven system that we've developed and we still use to this date. It'll give you more certainty, and it will also increase your chances of success. However, you still have to do some things. You still have to work hard. You still have to take some amount of risk. And you still have to push through challenges, because every single business in the world has challenges, but we're here to help you get through them. Now, why do I know everything that I just told you? That's because I was there, right, where many of you watching this webinar were today. This is the corporate office building that I used to work in. I had a pretty decent office with windows, but it still was a job. Had a lot of stress, not a lot of excitement, and it definitely wasn't something that I look forward to heading into every day, especially through all that traffic you can see in the window. Basically, I had a job, and not one that I was satisfied with, given the long hours, the little time off, and constant pressure and stress that always came along with it. Luckily, a few months before I snapped those pictures that you just saw, I decided to make a change. To help explain that, let me show you this picture again. I'm going to pull up on the right-hand side the details of where and when it was taken. As you can see to the right here, this picture was taken on May 1st, 2013, and I was less than 30 days away from launching my very first product on Amazon. And I knew already from everything that I'd learned about this business in just a few short months that my time in that office, stressing about my work and how long it's going to take to get home through that traffic, it was coming to an end. And now, unless you're already successful selling on Amazon, and some of you watching this might be, you're probably wondering why I was already so confident that soon that I'd be able to quit my job, especially since I hadn't sold a single product yet. Well, the answer was simple. For the 2 months prior to me taking that picture, I'd been following a proven formula taught to me by Jason and Matt. And that formula was this: a great product plus a good supplier plus a powerful listing along with a targeted launch was a formula for success. And if you're wondering how it all worked out for me, let me show you right here. Almost 10 months to the date of taking that picture, I was turning in my resignation notice. This is an actual copy of the form that I filled out and gave to my employer. And less than a year after making my very first sale on Amazon, I quit my job and began a completely new chapter in my life. Not only have I been able to build multiple successful brands and products on Amazon, but I'm now able to share my knowledge and experience with others, including everyone here tonight. And on this webinar, I'm going to teach you the same proven brand building formula that Jason and Matt taught me. As a matter of fact, the series of steps that we'll be going through and that I'll be teaching you, it's actually better than before because we've been spending a lot of time over the past several years updating and fine-tuning it to make it the most powerful method available for building a profitable business on Amazon. It's a process that I have no doubt that every single person here can execute for themselves, but only if you promise me one thing, that you will take action with what you're about to learn. Like I mentioned earlier, watching this webinar will not make you wealthy. What you do with what you're about to learn is completely up to you. So let me show you the brand building formula that we'll be covering tonight. So there are 4 steps to the proven process that you have to take. First is you need to find the right product. Then you choose the right supplier to make that product. Next, you create a powerful listing showing that product to the world on Amazon. And finally, you launch that product in order to get immediate sales. We're going to teach you everything about these 4 critical steps so that you know exactly how to get your first product up and selling on Amazon. And once you've done that, you get to experience the beauty and simplicity of this business model, because that's when Amazon really comes in and starts to shine and take care of practically everything else, such as receiving and storing your products, collecting payments from your customers, picking your products off the shelves, packing those products into shipping boxes, shipping those products to your customers, handling all customer returns, handling most types of customer service, paying you every 2 weeks via direct deposit, and even running some advertising for you for your business. So while there can be a lot to running a normal e-commerce business, building it the way that we're going to teach you lets you leverage Amazon so they're doing all of the hard and tedious work. And then once you've mastered that process, where you take your business is completely up to you. But let's be clear about something, and we're going to repeat this a couple times tonight. There's no easy button in this business. You will have to do some of the work. This will take some of your time to get going. There is some risk involved, but I like to think of it as calculated risk by knowing what to do. And you absolutely need to follow a proven process, the same proven process that you'll be learning today. But if you do, your chances of succeeding financial freedom are dramatically improved. Now, these are just some of the people that you saw here that I've personally seen change their lives by following what you're about to learn right now. So let's get right to the training. The first step is to select the right product that you want to sell on Amazon. Now, Amazon has over 3 billion product listings sold in over 12 different marketplaces. And to store and fulfill that many products, they tell us that they have 109 fulfillment centers, but actually they have a lot more fulfillment centers than that. This is actually from 2015, and Amazon now keeps that number confidential since it's such a critical part of their business. Now, they also sell products in over 30 different categories globally, and they service 180 different countries of customers. So it's just incredible how many people they're servicing. Now, your first job, though, is to figure out which of those 3 billion products are the right ones to sell. Without the right product, everything else that we're going to teach you will be really hard. But with the right product, you'll make sales faster, you'll make more profit, and you'll have less competition to worry about. This is exactly what you want. And with the criteria that we're going to walk you through, you know exactly how to find the right product in no time at all. But before we do that, you might be asking yourself another question right now, and that is, can you sell on Amazon? If Amazon has only 12 different marketplaces, do you have to live in or near one of those marketplaces to be a seller yourself? Well, after training thousands of sellers from over 100 different countries, we can tell you without a doubt that you can live in practically any country in the world and still sell on Amazon. All you need to do is sign up for your Seller Central account in the country you want to sell in, and then just give them the details that they ask for about where you live. As a matter of fact, we only recommend starting off in one of 4 different marketplaces, even though they have 12. You can ignore the other 8 for now. Now, here's where you go to sign up for the other 4 marketplaces that we recommend. We recommend starting off with services.amazon.com, service if you live in the US, services.amazon.co.uk if you live in the UK, services.amazon.de if you live in Germany, and services.amazon.co.jp if you live in Japan. Those are the only 4 places you need to worry about signing up for and selling in initially. Now, the next logical question, of course, is which of those marketplaces should you start in? Well, we know which are the 4 easiest to get going in. I just went over those because those have the most buyers. But if you live in any one of the following countries, you'll want to sell in the exact same marketplace for your country. So if you live in the United States, do the Amazon.com. In the United Kingdom, sell in the .co.uk. Germany, the .co.de, and sell in the .co.jp for Japan. Now, if you live anywhere else in the world, you want to start selling in the United States. That just makes things really simple. Start in one of those 4 places if you live there. Anywhere else outside of those 4 places, start off in the United States. Now, before you go ahead, though, and start signing up for your Amazon Seller Essential account, I highly recommend you watch this entire webinar so you have everything that you need. Now, back to our brand building formula and finding the right product. So here are the 5 proven criteria for finding the perfect product to sell on Amazon. First, it should be priced between $17 and $70, has a best sellers rank of between 400 and 6,000, and don't worry about if you don't know what that is, I'll explain that. It should weigh less than 5 pounds, it should have less than 1,000 reviews, and it can be private labeled. Now, before we look at each one of those more closely, I want to remind you of something tonight. Everyone who's on this call tonight is going to get a free bonus download of our business building roadmap. You can kind of see it highlighted here. You don't have to worry about taking a screenshot because we're going to give you a download of this. This business building roadmap will cover everything we're going through tonight, plus it'll give you a timeline for exactly how long you expect each of these critical business building steps to take. And keep in mind, all of them can be completed in 6 months or less. All right, now with that said, let's get back to finding the right product. So the first thing that you'll want to look for is a selling price, and we want this to be between $17 and $70. And why do we want that to be between $17 and $70? Well, it's because of something that we call the Goldilocks principle. If your product is priced too low, well, you won't be able to make enough of a profit, and it's not worth it. On the other hand, if your product is priced too high, well, then you simply won't be able to afford enough inventory to get started. So let's go look at a few examples here. Now, here's a product that's priced at $7.99. I have that highlighted up there. It's well below our range of $17 to $70. Now, to show why this price doesn't really work, let's look a little deeper. If you use something called the Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon Revenue Calculator tool, you'll see that with a cost for this product of just $2, which is pretty conservative, and also we're going to say that it's going to cost 20 cents to ship that to Amazon, which both of those may be a little low, the profit per sale is only about $1.36. Now, your ads may cost up to $1 per click, and at that rate, you just can't run ads profitably for this product. You also have to sell a lot of units in order to make a decent amount of money in this business. And at $1.36 per unit in profit, you need to sell 7,352 of these products in order to make just $10,000 a month in profit. That's why we don't recommend selling at anything that's below $17. Now, let's go look at the opposite end and look at this product here that's selling for $349. That's just too high of a selling price. It'll likely cost you at least $100 to source this product, and at that cost, you're already starting at $500 in inventory if you just buy 5 units. And getting started with this product is way too expensive because you want more than 5 units. Even if you can afford to buy a lot more and spend, say, $10,000 or $20,000 on inventory, we don't recommend it. We don't want you to spend any more money than you have to when starting out this business, even if you have the funds. That's why we definitely want you to stick between $17 and $70. Now, here's a product that meets all of our criteria. It's priced at $19.98, and once you learn what we'll be showing you later, you'll find out that it has a cost of only $3.99 per unit, an MOQ, or minimum order quantity, of 100 units to get started, resulting in a total inventory cost of only $399. That makes this product a perfect one to start with and a winner, and why it fits perfectly in our first criteria. Now, the next criteria is to have a best sellers rank between 400 and 6,000. Now, the BSR is what it's referred to, and it's a gauge of how well a product's selling on Amazon, ranked from the highest to the lowest. So the lower the number, the more products are sold each day. So let's go take a look at how to find that. Here's a product that does pretty well on Amazon. And to see its bestsellers rank, you need to scroll down to the product details section where you can see the Amazon's bestsellers rank right there. You can see here this product is ranked number 17 out of all health and beauty products on Amazon, which is definitely outside of our suggested range of 400 to 6,000. Now, to better understand why we don't want something selling this well, let's go take a look here. We use a tool right here called Jungle Scout. It helps us estimate how many units a product is selling each day. This one we estimate is selling 959 units a day. And with a product selling like that, you would need to spend $1,000 on inventory just for a single day's worth of sales. So you definitely do not want to go for a product that has a BSR lower than 400. Now let's take a look at an example in the opposite direction. When we look at this picture frame selling on Amazon, we can see that its BSR is actually 6,891,123. That's crazy high. I don't think I've found one yet that has a higher BSR than that. And when you have a product that's ranked this high, which means it's selling so few, you know that it's selling practically nothing each day. As a matter of fact, this product isn't even selling 5 products a month, much less a day. That's why you don't want to look for products that are ranked any higher than a BSR of 6,000. Now, here's a good example of product that we want to look into. It meets our price range of $17 to $70, and also let's go look at what it's doing BSR-wise. So there's its rank. The BSR is also shown on this tool of Jungle Scout, and it's 2,600, right between 400 and 6,000. It's selling about 3,600 units a month, which is about 41 units a day, which then equates to $97,000 in sales each month. And when you multiply that by 12, that makes this product that does over $1 million per year. And you can see that Amazon has so many customers that products like this one, ranked in the thousands, can still be $1 million winner. Now, the next criteria we want to look at is to look for products that weigh less than 5 pounds. And to show you why we want to look for products that are relatively light, let's take a look at this product right here. It's a 150-pound dumbbell set. If we use that same FBA revenue calculator tool and we put in some reasonable estimates for product costs, we can see that this product is going to cost us $217 in Amazon fees. That means they're going to charge that to ship this product out. So if we were to actually sell this product, assuming we can buy it for 50 bucks, we would still lose money on every single sale because it's so heavy. Now, that's why we don't want to look at products that weigh more than 5 pounds. Now, the next criteria to find a right product is to look for one that has less than 1,000 reviews. So now with what you've already learned today, you already have a big advantage over most sellers on Amazon. But why make things harder than they really have to be? Trying to compete with a product that has been around for a really long time and has over 1,000 reviews, it just makes things harder. It's not impossible, but it makes it harder for you to quickly ramp up your own sales. And it's really completely unnecessary when there are so many other perfect product opportunities out there with far less reviews than that. This is an example of a product that has well over 1,000 reviews. I have it highlighted right there. And this is going to just make things harder than they have to be. That's why I put the little frowny face there, especially when there's so many other products out there like this one. This one only has 264 reviews. It fits all the other criteria that we're looking for, and it's a perfect product for us to really go up and do well and compete against. Most products on Amazon, they actually have much less than 1,000 reviews. So let's just keep it simple. Let's make sure we set ourselves up for success and only target products that have less than 1,000 reviews. So far, we've covered the first 4 criteria for finding the perfect product to sell on Amazon. Price between $17 and $70, BSR between 400 and 6,000, weighs less than 5 pounds, and has less than 1,000 reviews. Those alone will help you filter through the billions of products on Amazon and come up with a much more manageable list of product opportunities. However, the last criteria is one we haven't covered yet, and it's that your product must be able to be private labeled. If you've never heard of the term before, or maybe you have and the mere thought of it kind of makes you intimidated, there's no reason to be. Private labeling your product is much easier than you think, and it's critical to your business because in order to be successful, you absolutely must own your own brand. Now let's first see what types of products can be private labeled and how easy it is to do. Take a look at these car phone mounts. I actually have these in my car right now and they work awesome. But if you think that these are completely unique, You only have to look at other virtually identical products to notice that the biggest difference among them are the logos that they put on them. You take that away, and they're virtually the same product. This is what you want to be able to do with your own product, so you can private label it. Now, because if you decide to sell someone else's product instead of private labeling, such as L'Oreal Paris Makeup Mascara, you'll have to compete with dozens of other people selling that exact same product. And when that happens, it's usually the lowest price that wins, meaning that it's a race to the bottom with whomever's selling or willing to sell at the lowest amount of profit, and maybe even a loss. Now, building your own brand of physical products doesn't only just remove all the other sellers fighting for scraps on Amazon, but it also gives you a business that you can grow and scale. You do this by simply adding more products to your existing brand. It's as simple as that. This gives your business even more sales, increases the value of your brand, and it turns your brand into an asset that you can sell later on for big money when you're looking to retire or simply to cash out of the business. So now that you know the right criteria for finding the right product opportunity to sell on Amazon, and this information alone, it's invaluable when building your own brand of physical products. Without going through all of this again, let's go look at a few products that fit all 5 of these criteria. Here's one right here. This is the Essie Eyelash Growth Serum for, I can't even pronounce all that stuff, but this product right here, it does over $500,000 a year, $573,000 a year. This bathroom scale right here, it does $750,000 per year, and it fits all of our criteria. And this really simple product, it's nothing more than a kid's lunchbox. This does over $1 million a year on Amazon, and these are very simple, basic products for you to source. Now, using what you learned about finding the right product opportunities, you're probably wondering, how long can I expect this whole process to take? It's a really important process. It absolutely is. But how long will it really take for you to do this? Well, in order to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to go through multiple product opportunities, you just don't want to stop at the first one you find. And to make sure you find the exact right one for you and your business, you should be able to find your first product in as little as 1 to 2 weeks, maybe even less. Now, we were able to go through several examples here on this call that we found in just a few days, but that's because we've been doing this for a while. So be sure to take your time, take a week or two, and find the right product for you, because it is the foundation of this business that you'll be building for you in your future. Now, we've only just covered the very first part of brand building formula, so it's time to move on to the next step here, which is choosing the right supplier. Being able to find the right supplier for your product, it's not just important to make sure that you make a profit off every sale, it's also important because being able to find the right supplier might even be the difference between you being able to start this business or simply giving up because you think it's too hard or you can't afford it. With the right product and the right supplier, it's possible you can start your business with as little as $500 to $1,000 in inventory. You could, of course, spend more if you want to, but the point is that finding the right supplier can help you get started with whatever your budget is without having to risk more than you really have to. So let's go see exactly what to look for and how to find them. The right supplier will let you place your first order for a low initial quantity. They'll offer you a price that lets you make a good profit, and they'll provide the best quality product possible. And to find suppliers, you really only need 2 resources. The first is Alibaba. This is just simply a supplier search site that connects you with tens of thousands of suppliers all over the world. You use Alibaba to find a supplier for almost every product sold on Amazon, except for nutritional supplements and beauty creams. Now, the second is Google. So if you do want to find a supplier that makes supplements or beauty creams or anything that goes on your skin, you simply head on over to Google. You type in the type of product you're looking for. In this case, let's imagine we're looking for vitamin D. Then you just add the word private label to the end of your search phrase and press the search button. And once you search, you'll find more suppliers than you can ever need. In this case, I see over 11 million results showing up in about half a second. Now, that doesn't mean there's 11 million private label suppliers for this product, but there definitely are hundreds and not thousands of them that you can find on Google. And after looking through just the first page results, I was doing this a little bit ago, I found one supplier that was willing to get us going with a minimum order quantity of only 72 bottles. This did not used to be the case 3-5 years ago. So these minimum order quantities, especially for products in the United States, were much higher, but now they're facing competition and they're looking for people like us to sell products to. Now, on Alibaba, you first search for the product that you want to source. So let's go in and do that. We'll type in essential oil diffuser, for example. And then you'll see hundreds, maybe thousands of listings from different suppliers for all different types of oil diffusers. Right here, I see over 97,000 products from over 1,426 suppliers. Just crazy how many suppliers and products are on Alibaba. Now you scroll through the listings here, looking for ones that most closely match the product that you found on Amazon when doing your product research. And once you find a match, you just click on the photo to go to the supplier's product page. Now, here's a supplier's product page, but before we actually look at the information on here, let's go back and look at our criteria. Remember how we said the first step is to finding the right supplier is to make sure they have a low initial order quantity? Well, here on this product, we can order as little as 5 units if we wanted to, or if we wanted to say order 100 units, we could still source this product for less than $500. Now, you'd like to try to get about 200 or 300 units to really give you enough to jumpstart your sales, but as you can see from here, there are lots of options to get started for only a small investment in your inventory. Now let's go back and take a look at the price again. For this product, the price ranges from $4.22 up to $4.69 per diffuser. The price that you get is going to be based upon the quantity you order and how good of a job you do when convincing suppliers that you'll order more in the future. Now, we use our own templates here to figure out exactly what to say to our suppliers, but in general, it's not that hard. You simply click on the Contact Supplier button. That's going to take you to their own detail page to contact them. This is what one looks like right here. And then you're going to ask them for their official pricing at 1,000 units and 5,000 units. And the reason that we're asking for such high quantities is you want to see how low they can truly go on their price. Now, once you know what their low price is for 5,000 units, you can negotiate a lower price for your starting order of just a few hundred units. You might not and probably won't get that low of a price, but it gives you a target to go for to know what their bottom line truly is. Now, once you hear back from suppliers, I like to keep track of everything and all this information in a spreadsheet so we can easily tell which suppliers we reached out to, which were willing to give us good deals, and keep track of all of them. Now, the last thing that we want to look at is make sure that you can get the best quality product as possible and still make a good profit with it. You need both of those. To do this, you always want to order 2 or 3 samples from different suppliers so you can test out their quality. And most good suppliers, they'll even reimburse you for the sample cost once you place an order with them. And spending just a little more money on a higher quality product, and Jason and Matt and I and everyone else, we can attest to this, it absolutely results in more profits through less refunds, better and more reviews, higher customer satisfaction, and also more repeat customers. So now that you know the 3 criteria for finding the right supplier for your new product, as well as the only 2 sites you need, Alibaba and Google, you know so much more than so many other people when trying to look at how to start this business. And again, you're probably wondering how long you expect this part of the process to take, finding the right supplier. And the answer is that you should be able to find a supplier and receive samples for their top choices in another 1 to 2 weeks. If you find that the samples and suppliers that you first work with don't fit what you're looking for, don't be afraid to contact more suppliers. It's easy to do using exactly what you learned right now, and finding the right supplier can really make your life a lot easier down the road. Now, one thing you might have already been asking yourself is, it's great if I can find these products, it's great I can find these suppliers, but how do I get those products wherever they're being made to Amazon? Well, the answer is pretty simple. You'll want to use a freight forwarder. Now, freight forwarders are companies whose entire business revolves around importing and exporting products from one country to another. They contact your suppliers directly for you, they schedule and coordinate all the shipping activities, and they handle every single piece of customs, duties, and paperwork so you don't have to. To this date, I know practically nothing about importing products, even though it's such a vital part of my business. But what I do know is the value of hiring a freight forwarder to take care of all that for me so that I never have to worry about that and I can focus on growing my business. Now, to find them, it's pretty simple. You simply do a search on Google for freight forwarders specializing in Amazon FBA, and you see hundreds of companies looking for your business. And once you place your order, your products need to be made and shipped. And this can seem like a really frustrating time because manufacturing your products typically takes about 30 days. And then having them shipped by ocean freight, which is the most cost efficient, also takes another 30 days. Now, both these time frames are estimates, and both can take less or even a bit more, depending on several factors. If you want to customize your product, it could take a little longer. If you want to go with a more basic product, it could take less. Custom packaging might take a little longer, but going with more basicing type that they offer can take less. There's lots of options here. Also, you can choose air freight or expedited ocean freight and get your shipping done in a fraction of the time. But in general, I like to estimate 30 days for each parts of these processes. So now, the main question a lot of new sellers have is, what do you do during this time? Do you simply do nothing and assume that you can't move forward at all with your business? Well, the answer is absolutely no. There are lots of things that you can continue doing, and you should continue doing to move your business forward. And we're going to cover those now. Now, that first next step is to head right back to the brand building formula, because there's nothing to stop you from starting the next step, which is to create a powerful product listing on Amazon. A product listing is your own page on Amazon to showcase your product and convince the 200 million plus monthly visitors that are shopping there why they should buy your product over someone else's. When done right, it'll not only attract more visitors than your competition, it'll also give those visitors a very compelling reason to click on the Add to Cart button or maybe straight to the Buy Now button. This virtual store is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and even an extra day on leap year. It never closes. You can be on vacation, it's making you sales. You could be sleeping, it's making you sales. You could be off to a movie with your family with your phone silenced as they should be, and it's still making you money. Creating this type of powerful listing, it's nothing more than following a simple formula, and a formula that we're going to go through right now. To create your powerful product listing, you'll need a great title that includes the most popular search phrase in it, high quality photos of your product and how it's being used, compelling bullet points in a product description, and this is something many sellers simply forget about, the right keywords in your back-end search terms. Now, let's talk about that first criteria, creating a great title that includes your product search phrase. Now, you may be wondering why that's important. Let's think about how we all shop for products on Amazon. Let's say that I wanted to buy a digital thermometer for cooking. Now, while I could start browsing all of Amazon's categories, that's not what we do. I don't know of anyone who goes there and starts browsing their categories. Instead, the internet has conditioned us to do one thing that we all know how to do, and that is to search. So we simply type in what we're looking for, and then it's going to show us some results. But we might realize that thermometer is not quite detailed enough. We're going to use this for cooking. So we type in digital thermometer. And if we're a real gourmet cook, we might even type in digital infrared thermometer to get more specific. So you enter some combination of words to describe what you're looking for, and then you press enter. And then what shows up? A listing of the products that Amazon has decided to show for those specific keywords. Now that you're becoming an insider like us, and you're starting to look at Amazon as a seller, you might start thinking differently than a normal buyer does. You're probably wondering, how the heck does Amazon decide what products to show up for that search phrase? Is it magic? Do they show the oldest product, the newest product? Well, you're wrong. After spending years looking at Amazon's algorithms for ranking products for search phrases just like the one we typed in, we discover what's going on inside the mind of Amazon's search engine. And one of the biggest factors in terms of where your product ranks for a keyword is if the keyword is front and center right in the product title. Now, a lot of the biggest brand names don't even know this, but you do know that. So as a seller, if you want to rank for digital infrared thermometer like these products want to, then you better put digital infrared thermometer in your product's title. And you want this in the first 5 words of that title. You do that, and that's extra ranking points for your product almost immediately. And it only takes a few minutes to update your product title. Now, what's next? Well, the next step is to have high quality photos, and if possible, to use every possible photo slot that Amazon makes available for us, and usually that's 9. As you can see from this product, these are really great photos, especially this main one right there. And they're also using all 9 of their spots for photos to make sure the potential buyers can look at everything about this product. Now, most phones can take amazing photos nowadays, so there's no excuse not to have great photos for your products. But you can also hire a professional service to do this, and many go from anywhere from $20 to $50 to take a photo for you. Now, here's a pro tip for you. You might be wondering, how can you get your product photos taken while your products are still being manufactured by your manufacturer? Because do you really want to wait the full 30 days to have them made and then the full 30 days to have them shipped? Well, there's a trick to this. you can simply ask your supplier to express mail a few units once manufacturing is complete. Let everything else go by a slow ocean, but get a few units to you. And then that way, you have plenty of time to get great photos made so that you're ready to go as soon as your products arrive at Amazon. Now, after the high quality photos, the next thing to look for are compelling bullets and a product description. Now here's another product that also has great pictures and great bullets as well. The bullet points show up near the top of the pictures. There they are right there. It's actually below the pictures on this one. And if you were to scroll down, you would see the description down here below. That's the description I have highlighted here, and it's not too bad. But by far and away, the bullets are much more important than the product description. We didn't know this early on, but after testing, looking at search results, conversion, we know the bullet points are one of the most important things on your listing, so that's what you'll want to focus most of your attention on. Few sellers know that not only do your bullet points help convince customers to buy, but they also provide another place to include search terms that help you rank better on Amazon. Now, how do you decide what to put in the bullets and what to put in the description? Well, one easy way is to go look at what customers do and don't like about your competition. So this is a review from a similar product, and as you can see, buyers are complaining that the suction is strong, but not strong enough to pull out blackheads. So we take this valuable information, we go back into our listing, and we make sure that our first bullet point talks about how powerful our vacuum is. And as you can see right here, this seller has already done that. And they've included it in their very first bullet point. So they know their competition, they know their customers very well, which is probably one of the reasons why this product sells over $1.5 million a year on Amazon. Now, the last feature is one that we don't talk about too often because it doesn't show up anywhere on the product listing. Very few buyers, much less sellers, know about this. However, this is a feature that as we started using it more and more, it's been a real game changer for so many people's businesses. So your title and your bullet points are two places on your product listing that help Amazon determine what search is your product going to show up for. However, both the title and the bullets have a limited amount of text that you can use. And you don't always want to include every single search term that you would expect customers to search for in the title of bullets because it just looks spammy, it doesn't look natural. So if you have phrases that you want your product to show up for in searches, but you can't put them or don't want to put them in your title of bullets, where can you put them? Well, use something called the back-end search terms. This is what they look like when you have your own seller account on Amazon. When you get it set up, you'll see the screen right here. And then for every single product, you simply add in additional search terms that you want your product to show up for in this field called search terms, and then you hit save and finish. By doing this, you're using a feature that few sellers on Amazon use, much less even know about. Now, as I take a breath here, let's review everything that we've learned so far. We learned how to find the right product by using our 5 specific criteria for a hot product opportunity. We learned how to find the right supplier in order to make sure that we get a high quality product with a low minimum order quantity, but that also makes us a good profit. And then we learned how to create a powerful listing for your product on Amazon by making sure we have a great title, high quality images, compelling bullet points and descriptions, and by using the back-end search terms. Which brings us to the 4th part in our brand building formula, the perfect product launch. The perfect product launch is what separates just an average seller getting by on Amazon, barely making sales, from the big sellers who know what they're doing and making sales each and every day. This is a screenshot of an actual product launch that I did just this past summer. I launched a brand new product on June 14th, and then using our strategies for a well-executed launch, I was able to get that product in a very, very competitive market up to the first page on Amazon in search ranks. Matter of fact, position number 7 out of tens of thousands of products. Now, I finally ran out of inventory, and I had to reorder at less than a month later because of selling so well. But once my product was back in stock, I was able to easily regain those search rankings again. And as a matter of fact, I just took this screenshot a few weeks ago of one of my most recent search rankings for several very competitive keywords, and I'm still on page 1 for several of them. I'm even, let's see, page 1, position 8 for an incredibly competitive keyword with over 100,000 other competing products. But that's me, but it's not just me that's able to do this. Here's another member who was able to execute a really great product launch. He's got the Amazon Choice Badge for his main keyword phrase, and he's on page 1 for multiple keywords. And the same is true for Michael here. He did his product launch and is now on page 1 for many of his top keywords as well. So how do you do this product launch thing then? Well, let's walk through it. You first get buyers to see your product, and we're going to use something called Amazon Sponsored Ads for that. You then give them a reason to buy, and we use Amazon's digital coupons for making that happen. And then finally, you move up in the organic search rankings by targeting high traffic search terms. Now let's get started with creating your first Amazon sponsored ad campaign that is the first part of your product launch. So sponsored product campaigns are incredibly simple to set up. From inside of your Seller Central account, once you have one, you go to advertising and then you click right here and choose sponsored products. Now, other than giving your campaign a name and then setting your budget, you simply let Amazon determine the way that they are going to target buyers and simply let them choose this automatic option. This automatic targeting option tells Amazon, go out there, you have more data than anyone, find me the right buyers. Now, this campaign will pretty much run itself then, and Amazon actually optimizes itself over time to maximize sales and profits. Here's an example of how well they work. This is a 100% automatic campaign running right now on Amazon. And as you can see, this campaign has spent over $5,000. You may think that's a lot of money, but it's made me over $20,000 in sales. And even after all my product and shipping costs, this campaign is still profitable, and it helps drive rankings for my other product search terms as well. Now, this campaign takes all of 2 minutes to set up inside of Amazon. The only setting you need to make is what budget to set each day. You can get profitable sales with a budget as low as $10 per day. So now that you know how to get your product in front of buyers, the next step is to give them a compelling reason to buy right now. We do that by creating a digital coupon inside of Amazon. This is a search for blackhead remover, and these are the top 6 search results on Amazon. Now, if you're trying to look and see where is that Amazon digital coupon Mike's talking about, don't hurt your eyes, don't squint, it's not on here. It's not until I scroll down and I see the 16th listing, I'll circle it right there, that I finally see one seller out of all the top sellers using this little coupon. This one says save 5% with coupon. These coupons are pure gold, and in our opinion, they're one of the best kept secrets on Amazon that even many top sellers, as you can see right here, still aren't using. But because you're on the webinar, you're learning how to build your own brand on Amazon from us, you have inside knowledge to this very simple yet incredibly powerful strategy. Now to set these up, all you need to do is to head into your Amazon Seller Central account and into your coupons menu. From there, you click on the Create a New Coupon button, and you just add whatever coupon you want to your product. You tell them the dollar amount off or the percentage off, and they're live within just a few hours. These will increase conversions for your products better than anything we have seen to date on Amazon. Now, once we've gotten our product in front of buyers and then given them a good reason to buy, you should already start to see sales come in. Amazon's automatic campaigns inside of their sponsored ads are really effective, and combining them with that practically secret digital coupon will help convince customers to buy your product. But tonight I want to go another step further, and I want to show you something that's going to get you even more traffic and the result even more sales, and that's to target high traffic search terms. Now, back when we set up our Amazon sponsored ads campaign, we decided to use this automatic targeting, which is totally fine. It works great. But to really kick things and kick our launch into overdrive, we could also start a second campaign for the exact same product and put in keywords that we know people are using when searching for products like ours. We simply choose the manual targeting this time. But if you're wondering how do you determine what keywords people are searching for and how do you put them in there, well, instead of guessing, we use a very special tool called Helium 10 that lets you know the highest volume search keywords on Amazon. Now, your goal is to target the second and third most popular keywords for your product. These are the ones that most sellers ignore but still produce a lot of sales. I ignore the very top selling, that most traffic search term, and go for number 2 and 3. So here's where I just plugged in the search term of blackhead remover into Helium 10's magnet tool. It tells me that blackhead vacuum gets over 25,000 searches per month, and blackhead remover vacuum gets over 13,000 searches per month. So you take these two keywords and you'd put them into the manual advertising campaign on Amazon. And then during the launch, I would set the budget starting off at $10 per day. You can go up to whatever you want, maybe $50 a day if you want to be more aggressive. I would set the maximum cost per click to be $2, even though your clicks will most likely be much cheaper than that. Then you'll start getting sales through these keywords, and in less than a week or two, your product will start ranking on Amazon as well. Your sales and profits should ramp up fast during this launch, and you'll continue afterwards because your new keyword rankings continue to take place. Now, let's recap how you execute your product launch. You set up Amazon sponsored product ads in order to get buyers to see your product. Then you create a digital coupon so they have a compelling reason to want to buy your product right now. And finally, you target high traffic search terms by using a tool like Helium 10 to find the most searched keywords on Amazon and plug them into a manual sponsored ads campaign. That's how you launch your products like the most successful sellers on Amazon do. And how long should you expect to run the launch process now that you just learned how to do it? Well, our students have found that you can get really great results from running your initial product launch somewhere between 8 and 10 days. And once you've launched your product, have your first product selling and your brand on Amazon, you're kind of wondering, what do I do then? I've sourced a product, I've got a supplier, it's here, I'm selling, I've launched. What's next? Well, you sell, you market, you reorder, you relaunch, and then you rinse and repeat. That means that you continue selling and marketing your product using the advanced advertising tools built right into Amazon. Then you reorder your products using the profits that you made, placing a larger order. Then you perform a smaller relaunch of your product once you have your new inventory in, and then you repeat this process over and over again until you have a growing, thriving business on Amazon. And as you can see in this typical life cycle process that I have here, all this can be done in as little as 6 months, including the reordering and relaunching your product after your first inventory sells out. Now, speaking of that little diagram, we still have more to cover in this webinar, but I want to show you the bonus that we promised you. The Business Building Roadmap is our free gift to you that covers everything that we are going over tonight. We put it all into a downloadable PDF, and during the QA, we'll put a link into the chat here of the webinar so you can download it and use it for when building your own business. It includes a detailed process flow of all the steps we talked about, plus bulleted steps that will walk you through what we've covered here, all from finding your product, choosing your supplier, optimizing your listing, launching your product, and it also includes the expected timeframes for each step along the way of building, launching, and growing your own business, leveraging the massive power of Amazon. Now, before we give you the link to download that, let's recap everything we've learned so far in this webinar. So far, you've learned that Amazon has grown massively over the past 5 years. This year, in 2019, they're projected to sell over $300 billion. That's over $70 billion more than what they did last year. If you feel stuck, frustrated, like you're not living up to your own potential, this business model can be your way out to a better life. I was right where so many of you are today, feeling stuck myself in a job that stressed me out and kept me working long, frustrating hours, until I took the information, similar to what you just learned here, and built a business that allowed me to quit my job forever. We learned that there are only 4 primary steps to building this business: finding the right product, choosing the best supplier, creating a listing on Amazon, and launching your product. Amazon takes care of everything else. You learned that no matter where you live in the world, you can do this business sell on Amazon. We showed you the criteria for finding the right kinds of products to sell on Amazon. There are more than 3 billion products listed for sale in over 12 different marketplaces, and there are tons of opportunities that fit our proven criteria. First, you want a product that sells for between $17 and $70. This allows you to make a good profit margin of 25 to 40% or even higher. Next, you want a product with a best sellers rank between 400 and 6,000. In this range, you can find lots of products that sell well over $1 million per year on Amazon. You don't want a product that's too heavy, otherwise shipping costs will eat up all your profits, so stick to a product under 5 pounds. You want to find a product with less than 1,000 reviews, which allows you to easily compete with those existing products. And lastly, you want a product that you can private label. This can be as easy as putting your new logo on a generic product, just like these car phone holders. There are hundreds of thousands of products for sale on Amazon that offer private labeling opportunities, just like this one, which sells $1 million plus per year. You can easily find suppliers for just about any product with a quick Google search or using a supplier contacting site called Alibaba. It's easy to find suppliers all the way in China in a few clicks of a button, even for a product that sells over $800,000 a year, just like the one you see here, and that can be sourced for a small amount and for a low MOQ. And when your inventory is ready with your supplier, you want to use a freight forwarder to handle all the hassle of getting your product from the supplier to Amazon's warehouses. To get your product ready for sale, you want to create an Amazon product listing with good quality photos, a good title, a good description, and 5 good bullet points. Then, today you also learned how to launch your product to the top of Amazon, including a little-known strategy for adding digital coupons to your products that'll make them stand out among all the other sellers who aren't even aware of this feature. And you learned how all this can be accomplished in as little as 6 months, which is so much faster than almost any other traditional business. Now, what you've learned tonight is pretty powerful and potentially life-changing. However, as powerful as everything is that you've learned so far, it's only one small piece of the entire puzzle to building your own successful business with this model. We've helped tens of thousands of people. You heard Jason say it earlier, over 30,000 people. We've trained them and helped them see a new path towards a greater future with this model. And now, it's your turn. It's time to build your own successful business following this proven model. And we want to help you. Now, you do have 3 choices right now. You could do nothing. That is a valid choice. You could take everything that you learned tonight and you could try to do this on your own. Maybe look up some videos, try to talk to some people or find people who've done this, try to get some help. That is another option. Or you could let us help you build your business step by step. And we can speed up your success by 2 to 3 years and help make you 5 to 10 times more money. Now we're ready to help you with our proven program called Amazing Selling Machine, or ASM for short. It's a step-by-step program that gives you everything you need to build your own successful private label business from scratch, even if you have 0 experience. For example, here's one of our new members, Pedro. He launched his first product 3 months before sharing this screenshot. He sold all 600 units of his initial inventory. He even sold as much as $2,660 in one single day. And when he posted this screenshot, he sold over $21,000 in the past 30 days. And before this business, he had 0 experience selling on Amazon. That's the power of ASM. Amazing Selling Machine includes 4 powerful components. The first component is the online web class. It includes 134 easy-to-follow lessons to build your business fast, 34 hours of step-by-step training covering everything that you need to build your business. You can access and watch it anytime because it's 100% online. It has the latest tactics working right now in order to grow your business fast, and you get free lifetime updates to always be ahead of other sellers. All this is included in 8 core modules plus a welcome module that you get access to the moment that you join. Here's exactly what each module looks like right inside of our custom-built training platform. In the welcome module, we make sure that you know exactly how this entire business model works so you can hit the ground running right away. In Module 1, we show you the exact process for finding the hottest product opportunities to sell on Amazon with details that go well beyond what you just learned in this webinar. In Module 2, we cover the simple steps to sourcing any product from anywhere in the world and make sure that you find a product that makes you money with our proven templates and formulas to guarantee that you will find something that'll get you profits and is highly quality and high selling. In Module 3, we walk through the entire process for creating your first inventory order while also creating your entire brand. In Module 4, we show you how to build a professional brand presence online. You can do it fast, you can do it cheap, and it's easy to do with the methods we teach you. In Module 5, we'll teach you and walk you through the exact steps to outsell competitors with a perfect product page. In Module 6, we cover our 3-part blueprint that makes sales fast with our version of the perfect product launch called the Launch, Blitz, and Rank. Then in Module 7, we'll start learning how to grow sales with advanced Amazon marketing strategies and traffic tools. And in Module 8, you'll learn our proven success strategies for scaling your business with more products, plus how to build a team that'll run your business for you. And inside the web class, we've also included multiple live interviews, bonus coaching calls, and additional lessons to keep you up to date on anything and anything ever changing with Amazon. Now, the online web class goes way beyond what we covered in this webinar. With 134 lessons and over 34 hours of training, we walk you through every single step of building your business. We leave no questions unanswered. These live in-depth walkthroughs include the exact process to get set up from anywhere in the world, category and country specific product selection criteria, how to use headline search ads to get a massive amount of traffic and sales, how to register and protect your brand on Amazon, the simple steps to creating an advanced, enhanced brand content listing, in-depth keyword research walkthrough to choose the best keywords fast, how to expand the marketplace to sell your products all around the world, how to leverage the biggest social media platform in the world to increase sales, and much, much more. Now, to show you the power of the web class, here's one of our members, Michael, who posted this screenshot 1 year after making his first sale. As you can see, he sold $229,000 in his first 12 months. Now, the second component of ASM is the mentor program. The ASM mentor program is unlike anything available anywhere else. We've curated and developed a team of world-class Amazon experts to help you as a member of Amazing Selling Machine. Now, with the mentor program, you get access to a team of 20 Amazon business owners with average sales of $1.8 million each. You get help from experts with over 64 years and $31 million in total experience. You'll save a ton of time by tapping into this wealth of knowledge anytime you want to online. You'll know you're getting the best of the best advice in order to grow your business, and you'll never feel lost. You'll never wonder what you should do. You know you have the right answer to grow your business. Now, we have mentors standing by every day ready to help you out. These mentors include top sellers, just like Eric right here, who sold over $3.3 million on Amazon with just one business, and he has multiple Amazon businesses, and he loves helping people transform their lives by achieving financial freedom. The power of the ASM Mentor program to help you build your business is truly incredible. For example, Zach here specifically thanks the mentors for the help that they gave him to get to over $50,000 per month in sales, and that's after only 1 year. Now, the third component of ASM is the Amazing Alliance private community. Now, as a member of the Amazing Selling Machine, you get lifetime access to a private community with tens of thousands of members, all selling on Amazon, called the Amazing Alliance. This elite community includes people selling as much as $29 million per year on Amazon. And with the Amazing Alliance private community, you'll be able to tap into a network of multi-million-dollar Amazon sellers anytime you want. You can access it online 24/7. You can network and build relationships with other entrepreneurs just like you. You can meet fellow active ASM members from 138 different countries, and you'll never feel alone building your business because you'll be a part of a community with over 14,000 monthly interactions. This community can be the key to your success. For example, one of our members, Nick, thanks community saying, "I could not have done it without you," for helping him to get to $400,000 in sales in a single year. Now, the fourth component of ASM is the Private Resource Vault. This is our private collection of contacts, tools, resources that we use to build our own physical products business. And as a member of ASM, you get our own secret black book to build your own business as fast as possible. Now, with the Private Resource Vault, you'll get over $10,000 in savings on 47 special tools and resources to grow your business. You get access to the same service providers that we use to grow our own brands on Amazon. You'll save time and get insider access to the best resources instantly. And you'll save money by getting ASM-only discounts on resources to grow your business faster. This single component is worth over $10,000 alone in the money and time that you'll save starting your new business. For example, one of our new members tapped into the vault to build their brand new business, saving her a ton of time and money. And here she is posting her $50,000 per month screenshot from last October. Now, to recap, Amazing Selling Machine includes 4 powerful components: the online web class, the ASM Mentor Program, the Amazing Alliance private community, and the Private Resource Vault. However, that's not all. With ASM, you also get access to 7 powerful bonuses that come with it. The first bonus is our monthly group coaching calls. Now, with the Insider Updates group coaching calls, you get access to the 2-hour monthly group coaching calls that are live, or you can watch the recordings anytime you want. You can join the ASM creators to discover the latest strategies in order to sell more on Amazon. You'll be able to join private interviews with multi-million-dollar Amazon sellers, all about how they were able to scale their brands. You can experience the live community as you join live with other members just like you. Plus, you can access the recordings from the most recent 12 private group coaching calls. These group coaching calls keep you updated on exactly what's working now on Amazon before anyone else even knows about it. We're constantly researching the best tactics and newest Amazon features to use to sell more, and you'll be the first to hear about them as a member of ASM. For example, here's Dawn, who hit $1,000 per day in sales after only 8 months because she stayed ahead of her competition as a member of ASM. The second bonus you get is what we consider the #1 automation platform for Amazon sellers, called Managed by Stats. We've secured you a private deal that gives you free access to this powerful software suite for a full 12 months. That's an entire year's worth of service. The value of this is over $4,000 alone. Now, Managed by Stats gives you data that you can't get inside of Amazon. You get specialized reports that help you build a better business faster. You're able to see your true profits from all your sales and from your advertisements. Plus, you can automate sending emails to your customers to get even more reviews and more sales without having to do anything other than a one-time setup that we walk you through inside of Amazing Selling Machine. ASM members absolutely love Managed by Stats because it gives them the data that they need to run their businesses without hassling around with spreadsheets or hunting around inside of Amazon Sell Essential, which isn't always the most data friendly. That means there's more profit in less time, and that's the value of the second bonus. The third bonus you get with ASM helps you find the hottest keywords to target on Amazon. It's Helium 10, and it's the top keyword ranking intelligence platform for Amazon sellers. As a member, you're going to get platinum access for free for 90 days. This 3-month period is plenty of time for you to plan your first product, and you never have to pay for it if you don't want to after that time period. Helium 10 makes finding and choosing the highest traffic, lowest competition keywords easy, as you saw just a small part of it during this training. You can easily find exactly what people are searching for on Amazon and what the competition isn't even targeting. Plus, with our ASM training, you can create the perfect product listing using Helium 10's Frankenstein and Scribbles tools to use each and every keyword that you want to rank for in the right spots on your product listing page. I love this tool so much that I actually gave it my own little testimonial here because it truly is one of my go-to tool sets that I've used for the past several years in building my business. But you're getting it for free for 3 months inside of Amazing Selling Machine, which is worth over $600. The fourth bonus will help save hours of time finding your first product to sell. We've secured you free access to Jungle Scout, the #1 product research tool for Amazon sellers, and you get this for a full 45 days. This free access is worth almost $200 and gives you plenty of time to find your first product opportunity, and if you don't want to, you'll never have to pay for it again afterwards. Now, in ASM, we teach you how to find the hottest product sell on Amazon, but this process is much faster when you combine our methods with the data and automation of the Jungle Scout tool. With this powerful software tool that you'll get for free, you can easily filter and find the best product to sell on Amazon that meet our proven criteria. Plus, you can see instantly a highly accurate estimate of how much each product sells so that you know you're getting into a great opportunity. Selecting the right product absolutely speeds up your success by months, if not years. For example, this is Galia, and she sold 1,000 units for first product in the first 5 weeks after it went live on Amazon. That's what can happen when you use the power of ASM training combined with tools like Jungle Scout. Now, only 15 days later, she posted that she hit the $150,000 mark in total sales and had sold over 5,200 units so far with this new product. Now, not only is Galia one of our members who are sitting right where you are just a short period of time ago, she is also one of our newest mentors who will be helping you along the way with your business. Now, the fifth bonus is built to give you a burst of easy and free traffic and sales as soon as your first product goes live on Amazon. With this bonus, you'll get access to thousands of Amazon buyers looking for good products. You'll also get a boost of sales as soon as your first product goes live. You'll get real reviews to add social proof for your new product listing. And you get to take advantage of thousands of dollars in advertising that we're spending each month to get traffic for our members' products. And this is exclusive only to ASM. This is not currently available to anyone unless you're an Amazing Selling Machine member. Now, the sixth bonus makes building your business following our ASM program as easy as filling in the blanks. The ASM workbook is an exclusive resource that you get access to as a member. We've included each step of the process to build your business. As you go through the training, you simply fill in each tab all the way until your brand is launched. With our ASM workbook, you can track products you find, track suppliers, use pre-filled freight forwarding contact information, add your brand assets, and even use our social media and product launch calendar templates. Even with zero experience, with the ASM workbook, you'll know exactly what you need to do next in order to build your brand and your business. Now, the last and final bonus, bonus number 7, saves you hours of time and thousands of dollars in avoided mistakes. And that's the templates checklist. This proven collection of templates gives you everything that you need so you won't miss any important steps. It includes proven resources such as the supplier contact template, so you get the best pricing and terms from each supplier that you contact, even if you've never spoken with a supplier before. It also includes proven package insert templates so that you can build a list of customers outside of Amazon that you control. With this list of customers, you can launch your second product and beyond way faster and way easier. All this and much more is inside of the ASM templates and checklists package. Now, to recap, when you join ASM, you get the 4 primary components of ASM plus these 7 powerful bonuses. Bonus 1, the group coaching calls with a value of $497. Bonus 2 is the Managed by Stat software with a value of $4,000. Bonus 3 is the Helium 10 tool suite with a value of almost $600. Bonus 4 is Jungle Scout for a value of $197. Bonus 5 is Amazing Launchpad for a value of $997. Bonus 6 is the ASM Workbook with a value of $397. And bonus 7 is the Templates and Checklist package worth $297, for a total of almost $7,000 in bonuses that come with ASM. Now, people with zero experience have been able to use the ASM program to transform their lives. For example, here's our ASM member, Philip Jepson. He started his business with very little money and no e-commerce experience at all. He had to pull money out of his daughter's savings account, his daughter's college savings account, in order to buy inventory. And following the ASM program, after 6 months, he hit $38,000 in monthly sales. And not long after that, he grew his business to $152,000 per month. That's over $1.8 million a year. Even with no experience, this is possible because he followed a proven program that walked him through every step of building his business and gave him every tool and resource that he needed all along the way. Now, by now, you're probably wondering, I know the way the mind works, well, this all sounds amazing, but how much does it all cost? When Jason and Matt created ASM back in 2012, they were pretty fed up with all the low-quality training that was out there that didn't deliver results, fed up with the gurus that were out there claiming the course is going to change lives, and then once they got inside, there was no one there to help answer any questions or offer any help at all. They were fed up with online training that, provided a bunch of information, but no specific steps in order to follow. So they had 2 options. We'll call them option A and option B. Option A was to give the bare minimum. They could just provide a few videos, don't provide any support, don't worry about having any expert coaches, and make it a really cheap course. Option B was to provide the best and latest training, provide a step-by-step program, give everyone every resource and tool they could possibly need, provide a team of experts to help and support along the way, and do whatever it takes to get you results. Fortunately for everyone, me included, and thousands of other people, they chose option B. Now with ASM, you get every possible thing we have, every tool, every resource, every advantage we can give you. And that's why our members have so much success. But ASM is still less expensive than other options you might have considered. A franchise would easily cost anywhere from $50,000 to $200,000. Going and getting your MBA or heading to business school, I have $60,000 to $100,000, but in reality, they're much more expensive than that right now. And if you want to invest in real estate, it easily starts at $20,000 or more. And it's not just the money factor, there's also a huge time factor as well. Time is the one true, equal, non-renewable resource. It only goes down, and how we spend it determines the quality of our lives and the lives of our family members. So with a franchise, you can expect that to take at least 8 to 10 months to launch. Get your MBA, we're talking 2 to 3 years. And real estate, again, also 2 to 3 years before you can really start seeing the value of it. Now, ASM doesn't cost as much as any of those, and it likely won't take as much time either. Plus, you're building a real business that you own and that you can have a true financial stake in, and build an asset that you can sell later on. So in order to get access to the web class with 134 lessons and 8 modules, including lifetime updates, a team of 20 mentors with a combined 64 years of experience and $31 million of sales, the private community with 14,000 daily interactions and Amazon sellers with up to 29.5 million in sales, access to 47 private resources worth over $10,000, and access to 7 powerful bonuses worth $6,976, your investment is only $4,997, or you can split that up into 6 payments of $997. Now, I'm highlighting that there because we already talked about how you can be up and selling your product within just a few months, and how you can also be on your second inventory order and growing your sales after just 6 months. All you need to do is follow the training and take action to make this happen. But that's why it's absolutely achievable, and also why we created this alternate payment option that we are financing ourselves to help you spread your investment in ASM over the course of building your business. And there's one more thing. Today, you only have to make that initial payment to reserve your spot. If you're not happy with ASM for any reason at all in the next 30 days, we will give you a 100% refund. Try out the web class, talk with the mentors, access the community, use the private resource vault, all of it. And if you don't like it, simply email our team at support@amazing.com and we'll give you a 100% refund of everything you spent on ASM. It's that simple. But that's not all. So with this first 30 days, you have an unconditional 100% guarantee. You try out ASM, try out the web class, talk with the mentors, you can access the coaching calls, participate in the community, you can use everything in the private vault, and everything there is 100% guaranteed, money back, no questions asked. But we're also going to offer something else. We're going to cover you completely risk-free with our 6-month buyback promise guarantee. With this, you can access, again, all the components and bonuses for a full 6 months. All we need to do is achieve a few basic milestones. You basically complete the basic steps in the training. Set up your profile inside of ASM. Say hello to the community. That's actually one of the steps. We want you to say hello. Set up your Amazon seller account, find your product, choose your supplier, and then order your inventory. Then we want you to engage in the online community, and by that, we just want you to either ask or answer 5 questions, all in 6 months. That's it. And you can watch the group coaching calls, either live or recorded. That's completely up to you. And then follow our marketing steps that you'll be taught at ASM to launch your product. Everything I listed here are just the very basic steps for finding and launching your product. And if you do those all within 6 months, you're 100% covered as well. We'll not only reimburse you for your investment in ASM, everything you spent for ASM, we'll also reimburse you for up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. That means that you can try out Amazing Selling Machine completely risk-free for 6 months, and your initial inventory is risk-free for 6 months as well. Now, that's not everything. Of course, you will need to determine your logo, figure out your packaging design and your branding, but all those can be done either by yourself or very, very affordably. You can go with a basic logo that you design. You can actually use your manufacturer's packaging. There's nothing wrong with that. And for branding, you just come up with what you want your brand name to be. And for advertising, the way that advertising works in Amazon Seller Central, you actually should be running advertising at a profit. So you're not really spending any additional money on advertising. So all this means that not only could you have your own business up and running on Amazon in 6 months, but you could do it risk-free and get back your entire investment in ASM plus up to $5,000 in any unsold inventory. But keep in mind, this is important. This additional 6-month guarantee is only available on this webinar. It is not available to the public. If you were to try to buy ASM outside of this webinar, it is not going to be available. And we're not done yet. So first, let's recap though. Inside of ASM, you get the online web class, the ASM Mentor Program, the Amazing Alliance private community, and the private resource vault, plus 7 powerful bonuses. You get the group coaching calls, the Managed by Stat software, Helium 10, Jungle Scout, Amazing Launchpad, the ASM workbook, and the templates and checklist package, all worth almost $7,000. You also get the fully unconditional 100% guarantee for the first 30 days and the additional 6-month buyback promise to let you completely try out this business. But before you go and join right now, I have something else exclusively only for anyone on this live webinar right now. Because you've gone above and beyond, you've stuck around for a long time. We know these are not short webinars, but because you've stuck around and stayed to the very end, we're going to reward you with something. Remember, there is no replay of this webinar, so you won't be able to get this exact same offer afterwards. Right now, today only, what I'm about to offer you is yours, but when the webinar ends, this offer will expire. This truly is your only chance to get this. When you join Amazing Selling Machine today, you're going to get everything we've talked about so far. The online web class, the mentor program, the Amazing Alliance private community, private resource vault, the 7 powerful bonuses worth almost $7,000, the 12-month, you'll get the 12-month option and the 6-month guarantee as well. And if this wasn't enough to get you to visit the URL I'm about to show you and jump to grab your spot, this should be. We want to give you an incentive to change your life faster. The faster you move, the quicker your life improves. We know that from experience. So your reward is $1,000 towards your initial inventory. The only caveat, and this is pretty simple, all we ask is that you order your inventory for a new product following our criteria within 2 months of signing up. That'll give you a chance to go through the entire 8 modules, all 8 weeks of training, and give you plenty of time to find your product, to find your supplier, and to place your order. And if you do that, we will reimburse you up to $1,000 for your initial inventory. Now, there's still one more thing available as well. How would you like to get free one-on-one coaching from a real Amazon expert? Now, remember the slide talking about the ASM mentors who on average have sold over $1.8 million on Amazon? Well, these are exactly who will be providing you with private coaching that we will be paying for. These are real Amazon sellers running their own businesses, so their time is not cheap. But we will be paying for that time for you in order for you to get the best chances for success possible. So when you join right now, you'll get 2 one-on-one private coaching sessions with one of the ASM mentors. That means you'll get $1,000 back towards your initial inventory, plus both private coaching calls with one of the mentors when you sign up today. This is your only chance, but you get all this by going to asmnow.com/6 months. Now, I'm going to recap everything here. There's the 4 components that you get inside of ASM. Then there's also the coaching calls, the Managed by Stats tool, Helium 10, Jungle Scout, the Amazing Launchpad, the ASM workbook, the templates and checklist package, the live webinar bonus of $1,000 inventory back, plus the private coaching with an ASM mentor. And then on this webinar, you get access to the 6-month guarantee, which is above and beyond our 30-day, completely no questions asked, money-back guarantee. And you can do that when you sign up today by going to asmnow.com/6 months. Now, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you can do. So if you want to, open up your favorite browser on your computer right now. It can be Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, whatever it is. Just type in that URL, asmnow.com/6 months. Then you'll be taken to our secure registration form right here. And if you look at the top yellow, you'll see highlighted that we have the live webinar only special up there. During the live webinar is the only time you'll see this. This lets you know that you're getting the special $1,000 inventory offer and the 2 30-minute coaching sessions and the 6-month buyback guarantee. If you wait until after this webinar is over, you will not see that yellow bar. That means you've missed out on these incredible bonuses. Now, on the registration form, you fill out your basic contact information that we need in order to create your Amazing Selling Machine membership. You select the payment method that you want to choose, and you can verify again when you scroll down that you're getting all these bonuses by looking at those yellow areas to the right, the 6-month buyback guarantee, $1,000 inventory reimbursement, and the personal coaching from our ASM mentors. And once you click the Get Access Now button, within just a few minutes, you'll receive a welcome email just like this. Now, this is something we send to everyone to welcome you to your new life and your new business. With that, you've just joined a worldwide community of e-commerce business owners from 138 different countries. You're in a community that's going to help you change your life forever. Me, Jason, Matt, Rich, all the ASM mentors, the amazing team, tens of thousands of mentors and members, they're all at your back. And we will do whatever we can to make you succeed. And when you join, you get access to 2 special places. First, you get access to the private ASM members area that you see here on the screen. This is where you access the web class and all your training. And this is also where you access the private resource vault. Second, you get access to the online community portal. This is where you can ask questions to the mentors and other members. This is also where you can see what other members are saying themselves and start meeting them. Now, as soon as you jump in today from your dashboard, click this green button right there and watch the first video in the welcome module. Then click the community button and jump in and say hi to everyone. Now, I could go on sharing success stories for a very long time. We have members that do success of all different levels all around the world. Like this member right here who just hit $251,990 in sales in November. And then there is Victoria, posting that she hit $125,000 in less than a year. And here's Mariana, who's not only been selling for 2 months and just surpassed $5,000 per revenue mark, and that's again in just 2 months. And this is Gracie, whose husband's in the service and has to move from base to base. So she's decided to create her own business that didn't tie her and her family down to one location. And there are members like Brandon, who's been able to sell their businesses built with this program for millions of dollars. Less than 2 years after starting his business using ASM, Brandon sold it for $1.8 million. Now, but what they achieved isn't really what's most important to you, everyone watching this webinar right now. What's most important is the opportunity that's in front of you right now. Amazon will sell over $300 billion this year in 2019, and that's $70 billion more than what they did last year. Now, that's 70 billion reasons why you should start building your business now and not wait another day. You don't want to wait another week, or surely don't wait another month. In the next 5 years, there'll be $1 trillion in sales of new annual sales on Amazon. This is truly the opportunity of a lifetime for you to change the course of your future forever. All you have to do is take one small step today by going to asmnow.com/6 months and join me, join Jason, join Matt, join Rich, the mentors, everyone else in our community who's waiting to help you on your journey. And when you sign up today, you'll get the 6-month guarantee, which is not available outside of this webinar. It is not a publicly available offer that we make, because as you can imagine, this is very risky for us to do, to give this type of guarantee. Plus, you can also take advantage of the $1,000 inventory reimbursement. Again, not available to the public. And finally, you'll get free private coaching from one of our ASM mentors. But if you wait, you will miss out. While we start the Q&A, I want you to visit the URL below and be sure to grab your spot. Because as soon as our Q&A is over, the ASM 6-month guarantee, the $1,000 inventory reimbursement, and the private one-on-one coaching will be gone. So definitely grab your spot now, and let's start building your new future with Amazing Selling Machine. I'm going to leave the screen up right here so you can see everything that comes along with Amazing Selling Machine. You can also see the URL to go to. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to get into the Q&A. I saw there's a lot of questions that were going on while I was going through the training. So Jason and I are going to try and cover as many questions as possible. And then also what I'm going to do after I take a breath and a drink of water, I will post the link to get the free bonus download in the chat as well. All right, Jason, I'm going to turn this over to you for a little bit.
All right, Mike, do you hear me?
Yes, I sure can.
All right, yeah, your voice is starting to sound a little rough, so make sure you get some water in there, buddy, but great job. Lots of questions. I'm going to get right into the questions, but just a reminder, this is, this is a fantastic offer. A lot of people wonder, like, why do we do this? Why do we teach this? If it's so great, well, I'll tell you why we do, because we change lives. If you've ever had, if you've heard of our live event, SellerCon, at the end of our events, we have people lined up around the room to come and give us hugs and thank us for the impact we've had on their lives, the freedom that we've been able to help install in their lives, and just, the motivation to see that there's something more, the freedom, being able, this is not about not working hard. you have to work hard. If you want to succeed in life, you have to work hard. Nothing is easy that is worthwhile. But if you put the effort in, what this gives you is the freedom to live life on your terms. No longer being stuck in traffic, having to commute to that job. No longer not being able to travel. No longer missing your family's events. You can now take advantage of all of those things. You can now work from wherever you want as long as there's an internet connection. That's the one thing. And make sure it's a good internet connection. You know, you don't want a dial-up anymore. You do want to have good internet, but it gives you that freedom. As long as you have an internet and a laptop, you truly can. It's our passion to change lives now, and I mean that with true honesty, and it's through leveraging Amazon and being able to help people create their own brands. This is by far the most amazing program available. The results speak for themselves. You know, yes, Mike, me, Rich, everyone, we've sold lots and lots online. We have, you know, Mike and I both have, you know, multi-million-dollar Amazon brands, well, brands that we sell on Amazon, but we don't focus on that. That's not what we want to show you. We want to show you the results that our students get, because that's what's most important to you. So make sure you sign up, asmnow.com/6months. So we're going to get into some questions. So Tony asked, I heard Alibaba was sketchy. Well, Tony, you're not the only one that's heard that, but I can tell you, first of all, Alibaba has improved dramatically over the years. As with any new website years ago, there used to be a lot more issues, but in the training, we show you step by step exactly how to use Alibaba. I use Alibaba still. It is the best resource for getting started finding a product. There are certain little tips and tricks you can to make sure you're totally protected. We show you all that, and I promise you, a lot, you know, people that say it's sketchy, ask them if they've personally had issues, because I guarantee you they haven't. There's been rumors that have gone around. We wouldn't teach Alibaba if it was something that we felt was a risk to our students. It's an incredible resource, and since it's gone public and the billions of dollars that it's generated, they have put a lot of money into making it that much better, and it truly is a great resource. I have every confidence in the world of being able to recommend it for getting people started finding products online to sell on Amazon. When searching for the right product, do we search on Amazon or search engines like Google? As Mike showed you in the training, you can do both. Whether you're wanting to look at Alibaba or wanting to search Google, a lot of Alibaba results show up in Google as well, and I recommend looking. You want to exhaust your searches. When you're building a business, there's a thing called due diligence, and that means that at the end of it, you are responsible. If you want to succeed in business, let me give you one piece of advice. Everything's your fault. If you want to succeed in business, everything's your fault. You take accountability for everything. That's what due diligence is all about. That means that you make sure you check out every possible option. Any point in this process that you get lazy, that could be thousands and thousands of dollars that you're risking, whether it be with a product that you can get cheaper or just a poor quality product. And the cool thing by doing a lot more research is oftentimes then you can start negotiating with suppliers as well. When I first got started, you know, it was a different market back then, but I got started and I was actually selling a product called Raspberry Ketones. And I was able to have my manufacturers competing against each other. Now, I no longer sell in the health niche because it just wasn't a passion of mine. I sell now in the house and home market. But when it was that, I was able to get them competing against each other. And the more interesting thing that I think people really like to hear is I was competing directly against the manufacturer selling their own version of the product. I was selling my product for 3 times as much, and I was making 10 times as many sales. I became their #1 seller for that product at the time. It has, you know, that's one beautiful thing about Amazon. It doesn't matter who the competition is. It could be the most, you know, biggest brand in the world. And when you come out, Amazon really levels the playing ground, and the resources and the tools and the training that we give you helps to really level that out. But again, Maya said when searching for the the right product? Do we search Google or Alibaba? You want to do both. Primarily, though, we do recommend, for example, if you're going in the health industry, let's say you do want to do supplements or you do want to do some kind of skin creams, we recommend that you go domestically on those. So you want to stay stateside on those, just because of the extra liabilities that could come with it. You want to make sure that everything is FDA approved and everything. But anything else, any of the widgets, toys, electronics, all of that stuff, Alibaba is a fantastic resource for it. So you want to leverage both. All right, next question here is, does Amazon require testing results or any FDA validation for beauty and health? So Amazon is very protective about certain things, and at the end of the day, what it comes down to is, if you're saying anything on your product like FDA approved, well, you better have FDA approval then. Like, you can't make stuff up and just think that Amazon's not going to say anything. But we cover this all in the training. Absolutely, if you're saying that this is an FDA approved supplement, you better have some sort of documentation that says it's FDA approved. The cool thing is, though, manufacturers usually take care of that. So for example, when I was selling, I was private labeling my supplements. Anything that was FDA approved, obviously I had the certification right from them to prove that. So it's not like something you'd have to reinvent. Now, if you are making your own products, some people like to go into markets making their own skin creams and stuff like that. Obviously, that'd be something you'd have to manage separately. But really, the cool thing is, and that's something that I can answer when it comes to packaging and logos and everything. You heard Mike mention that. When you're getting started, the whole purpose of ASM is to be able to give you the strategies to get you up and running as effectively as possible. It's not as fast as possible, because we also understand that you need to make money. There's faster ways to get up and running, but you'll lose your shirt. So we want to really balance it. We want to make sure that we get you up and running as quickly and as profitably as possible. And so we walk you through all of those steps to make sure we give you everything you need to know to follow it. And one of the things we recommend is we have certain criteria for picking products when you're getting started, because we know, you don't want to go into this market reinventing the wheel. You don't want to go onto Amazon when you're just starting off selling a product that you don't know if it sells. It could be a passion of yours. Let's say you've built this widget that's this incredible solution, but nobody knows about it. Trying to get started on Amazon with a product like that would be really hard, because just because it's a passion of yours doesn't mean anybody else is looking for it. So that's why we have you started with those criteria of the BSR ratings, the price points, all of that, because we know that's the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot of where you want to get started for when it comes to all the criteria, so that you can get up and running with a product that is almost all but guaranteed to start working. Now, the component, the reason why we can't guarantee anything is because it really matters onto the effort that you put into this. Again, I don't want to make any mistake in making sure that this is misinterpreted or not. You've got to work. You've got to be able to put in at least an hour or two a day, ideally, to be able to make this business work. At minimum, we recommend an hour a day. But is it ever worth it? Let me tell you this. When I started my business, I used to work for a company called Weyerhaeuser. And I decided back in 2003 that when our CEO abolished all bonuses, and that year got a $7.5 million stock option, that I was doing something wrong, that working for another company was obviously wrong. They wanted to take away my bonuses while I was willing to put in all this extra work for them. Well, then I realized I needed to start my own business. So I was able to start my own business, and now by being able to leverage Amazon, it's an absolute game changer. And so for anyone sitting there thinking like, oh, what about job security and everything? What's job security? The only job security has is the job that you create for yourself. As Mike was showing you, all those businesses closing down, you can't count on anything anymore except yourself. And that's where due diligence comes in. And again, when I say if you want to be successful, remember, own everything. Everything's your fault. You don't want to sit there and be making excuses that, oh, it's this reason, that reason. Put the effort in, move forward, and take ownership for everything, and that'll help you succeed so much.
Hey, Jason,
All right.
I'm back now. If you
Awesome.
want to tag team on some of these questions here.
Sure. I'm going to answer this one because this is what I'm kind of passionate about. So this person's asking, will suppliers drop ship? So what drop shipping is drop shipping means that you use a manufacturer to sell their own brand of products, and you sell it, and what happens is then you work with the manufacturer to do the shipping. We highly advise you to not go that route. In fact, Matt went that route initially, and he thought that doing drop shipping was the way to go. What happens with that is on Amazon, you're only allowed to have one listing. So whatever the product is, it's only allowed to have one listing. So if you're selling if someone else is selling a product and you want to sell the same product by using something like drop shipping, what happens is now you're competing with that listing. But there's something called the buy box. So on the listing itself, where you hit the buy button, only one seller has that buy button. And usually it's either going to be the brand owner or the top seller of that product. Everyone else is going to be in this tiny little link underneath it where it says other sellers selling it. And if you click on that, sometimes you'll see products that have hundreds of other sellers. The only way people compete on that is by lowering the price. Lowering the price. And what happens with lowering the price? You lower the profit margin. You make a fraction of a percentage on the penny by doing drop shipping, especially on Amazon. But by owning your own brand, and this is somewhere where Amazon has improved dramatically over the last few years, and I know, Mike, you can speak up for this, is Amazon puts in a lot of things to be able to protect your listing so that when you're the seller on Amazon, when it's your brand, you're the only one selling that product. You don't have to worry about people coming in and trying to compete with you on that product. That's why we preach so much of building your own brand. Building your own brand has so many powerful attributes. Number one, by building a brand, people start to recognize it. People start to trust it. People start to understand, like, this is the go-to product. But by also doing that, you're creating an asset on Amazon that's yours that other people can't compete against. But when you're selling other people's products through things like such as drop shipping, you're pretty much fighting with, thousands of other people trying to just get a fraction of a penny of a profit out of it, and it's just not worth it. All right, so Mike, did you get to say something?
Yeah, before I answer a question, I actually want to welcome some people. We have tons of people that are already members. I want to welcome Aji Oda, Sadeh Makanan, Elias Mayu, Saeed Ali, Rashani Ganaka, Kedra, Joanna, Dale Author, Kenneth Hammond, German Ibanez, Joy and Cameron, Cindy Sun, lots of other names. Can't even get them all here. The screen's kind of scrolling. Welcome so many people to Amazing Selling Machine. This always kind of like makes me get like excited for you because I remember what it was like the moment I pushed the button and joined. 6 years ago now. I can't wait to see where you guys all are on your journey here in just a few months. So I'll read some more names off later, but I want to get back to a few questions as well. So here's one question. Maribel is asking, can we source products made in the USA and still remain profitable? And the answer is absolutely yes. And of course the obvious ones, the ones we talked about, where it's supplements, those are still incredibly profitable. If you look at any typical supplement selling on Amazon, let's say they sell for $25 to $30 each, those bottles cost a couple of bucks to manufacture. So the profit margins are incredibly high. Now on the other side of that, you do spend more on advertising when you're selling products like supplements. So sometimes we don't recommend that be your first product because you really want to be savvy about what you know how to do on Amazon. You kind of picked it up after your first product, but you absolutely can be profitable sourcing in the United States with the right products, and we walk you through that exact process about which products are sourced in the United States, also which ones are sourced overseas. And in addition to products that go on your skin like beauty creams and supplements, there are still some other products out there that you can sell and source in the United States. I sell one of them. It's neither one of those. It's actually a type of a cleaning product that I source right here in the United States. Makes it really simple to find, really simple to ship. It's profitable. So without a doubt, you can absolutely find products that are profitable here in the U.S.
Cool. Mike, I'm going to ask you this one. So Courtney's asking, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit just because the word, what are the approximate costs that Amazon uses that include? So for example, if I'm selling my product for $20, what are the fees that Amazon charge?
Great question, and I'll tell you the exact fees here. So there's two fees you pay for when you sell on Amazon. The first one is called a referral fee. Just think of this as a commission, and it's a flat 15% off that top price that someone pays for your product. So that's the 15% you pay Amazon. The second part of that is Amazon's FBA fees as well. So one of the things that we teach you inside of Amazing Selling Machine is to use Amazon's FBA, which means they store the products, they ship the products, they make everything in your life easier, and they're lightning fast. Well, you got to pay them for that. But the fees for that are somewhere around 15 to 20% as well. I can't give you exact one on those because it all has to do with the size and the weight of the product. It varies, but I can tell you Amazon is very affordable for this. So what I like to do, I like to think somewhere about 30 to 35% of your total price goes to Amazon. You may think, oh my gosh, that's crazy. They're getting a ton. With the margins you're able to get when you buy products, that's not a ton out of there. If you, some of the slides we went through, we have products you could source for $4 or $5 each and sell for 30 or 40 bucks. So Amazon's portion is really not that much of your total profit margin at all. I usually use, again, think 30, 35% is everything going to Amazon for each sale.
Cool. You know, one of the things too when you think about those fees that Amazon has is it's a drop in the bucket when you think of the power that Amazon brings. So first of all, Amazon, their goal is to convert sales. I've had my products, and I know Mike, you've actually I think had higher than this. I've had upwards of 40% conversion rate. That means that one in basically, so out of 10 people, 4 people buy my product out of visitors. Now that goes anywhere, you know, I'm not guaranteeing anyone's going to have that, but I know for a fact the conversion rate on Amazon is higher than normal retail stores because you have the power of Amazon. The other reason is because when people go to Amazon, you know, there's a difference. When people go to Google, they're looking for information. They're looking to investigate and kind of figure things out. When they go to Amazon, they're in the buying mindset. And there's millions and millions, and I was just looking this up because I was like, I wonder what the latest stats are for traffic. This past Christmas, Amazon had over 3 billion visitors on their website. That's absolutely crazy. There's so many, or way more than that, sorry, in the millions, 2,975 thousand million, so whatever that is, it's just insane. In other words, the amount of traffic that website has, and it's all buying traffic, and you get to leverage that. And so you do pay a commission. You do pay, like Mike said, about a 15% commission for the privilege of being able to sell on Amazon. But the big thing here is what we teach you in the training is how to price your product properly, and that's why we give you the criteria, because we understand, like, at the end of the day, this has to be you making profit. If you're not making profit, this isn't worth it. So we take all of those things into account and show you exactly how to sell your product leveraging Amazon so that it's profitable.
You know, Mo's asking a similar question, but it's a little different. How much do you charge specifically for Prime shipping your product? And here's the awesome thing, Mo, nothing. So when you use Amazon FBA, you don't actually pay for the shipping. You pay for Amazon to store that product. You pay for Amazon to pick it off the shelf and put it into a box. But either the customer pays for shipping or Amazon pays for the shipping. And in most cases, Amazon pays for it because 100 million people are Prime members, which means they get free shipping on Amazon. That's why they're on Amazon, and they love that. And so Amazon actually pays for the Prime shipping, and we recommend that. It's an awesome bonus to customers out there that gets you so many more sales because people love getting 2-day shipping for free on Amazon.
Yeah, you know, this is really interesting that you brought that up because I read this earlier on that Motley Fool article, and it said that because of Prime on Amazon, Prime shoppers spend about $1,400 annually compared to $600 for non-Prime shoppers. So that just shows that benefit that Amazon gives by being able to give that free shipping. people spend more. People use, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I use Amazon all the time now. Whether it is that I need a new can opener, I need to get, you know, paper towel, whatever it is, it's so convenient. And now Amazon even has those buttons where you can put, you know, hang it up in your closet and push it, and it'll automatically reorder things for you. They're at the head of the game. And as this article said, the second to the fifth largest e-tailers, meaning, so there's Amazon that accounts for about 47% of all e-commerce transactions in the United States. Then there's so they're ranked number 1. Ranked number 2 to 5 only control 16% of e-commerce sales. So Amazon alone is 3 times bigger than the next 4 online retailers combined. That's so huge, and it's all because of things like Prime, and it's just such an incredible platform. Plus, I can tell you this, as someone that is sold online at different places, there's nowhere easier to get up and running than Amazon. Trying to get up and running on Walmart, not only does it not sell as well, it's just more complicated. Amazon is so much more easier, and it just gets you up and running, and you're leveraging something that is just an absolute behemoth when it comes to traffic. So Mike, here's, hang on one sec. So the price of any product you buy is inclusive of taxes, launching price, and bringing it to Amazon. So I think this person, Judith, is asking that when you're looking at the costs, this means that when we're talking about all these costs, this is not including taxes and the launching price and everything for Amazon. So maybe we could just share, like, so if on average, if you have a product that's like maybe you could talk about one of your own products, kind of how it breaks down from a profit perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me think about one of my products right here that sells for $30. This product costs me about $7 to make. That's what I pay my manufacturer. Now, I also have to pay importing duties on that, and to import it, it costs me about 50 cents overall. Let's say that I order 500 of them. When I split that cost of getting imported, it breaks down to be about 50 cents on each unit that I'm paying for importing, and then I have to pay a duty or a tax on it, and right now that tax is 3.5%. But keep in mind, these duties and taxes are on what you're paying, not on what I'm selling it for. So if you think a 3.5% duty for, and I love that word, 3.5% duty is high, and there's some as high as, like, 12, 20%. It's not off the $30 that I'm selling it for, it's off the $7 I'm paying my supplier. So a 3.5% duty on a $7 product is, what is it? Like 10%. That's only going to be 70 cents. So it's going to be like, I don't know, 20, 15 cents, something like that, or 20 cents. It's really cheap, the duties you pay on that. So I get those products in, paying the 50 cents to import it for my freight forwarder, and then let's just call it like 20 plus cents for the duties and taxes. I get that to Amazon. That may cost another 25 cents or so, and at that point, those are all my costs for that product. So I'm still, let's say, less than $9 is my total cost after paying my supplier, after paying my freight forwarder, and after paying any fees to get it into the country, and also getting it to Amazon. And if I'm selling it for $30, then let's just back off what Amazon's going to charge us. We know it's going to be about 15% off the top of that they're going to take. So that's $4.50. And then another, let's say it's 35%, they're going to take for the FBA. So that'd be around $4.50, let's just say $5 right there. So Amazon's going to be taking $9.50 of that $30. So Amazon's going to pay me about $20. My total costs, as we talked about before, were around $9, meaning my profit then is $11 on that product. And $11 a product on a $30 product I'm selling is well over 35% profit right there. Those are rough numbers, but those are very realistic numbers, and that's what we teach you inside of Amazing Selling Machine. We want you to have a product that has a profit margin of somewhere between 25 and 40%. When you get up to higher volume or higher dollar products, you can easily have profit margins that are 50, 60%. But we kind of teach you what we know works best for your first product to make sure you're making a profit, make sure you have enough also to cover advertising costs, make sure you have enough to reinvest in bigger inventory orders. But yeah, everything we talked about and the profit numbers talked about include all those costs. You're all in. That's your profit number.
Cool. All right, this next question is from Andrew, and it says, how do you private label a product that is not manufactured by you but is purchased from Alibaba, for instance? So the reality is you're not really purchasing from Alibaba. Alibaba is more or less just a marketplace that connects manufacturers with people like us, people that are looking to sell their product. So what happens is you go on Alibaba and you find a product that works good, that looks good, that hits your criteria. So then what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to the manufacturer. We give you all the templates and everything to be able to do this, and you start interacting directly with the manufacturer. Then what the manufacturer do, these manufacturers are built to do this. This is their business model, is to private label products. They manufacture them and then they rebrand them with your own brand. They will provide you templates. They will provide you options for logos. They will provide you pretty much everything you need to get going, the initial packaging and everything. Now you are, if you want to start getting with fancy with packaging and everything, there's other options you can do too, specifically packaging companies, but we don't recommend that. When you're getting going, you want to get up as streamlined as possible. So you just work with the manufacturer. You'll have to provide them some information, such as the logo, which you can get created really quickly, what the brand name is. They'll tell you what stuff has to be included on the labeling, if there is anything, but it's really, that's all there is to it. It's not that you're so you're not really buying with Alibaba. It's not like you're sitting there taking the products, bringing them to your house and having to private label them. The manufacturers take care of all of this for you. So then what happens is once you work with them, they send you some samples, you make sure everything looks good, and then when it's good, you send it off to Amazon, and that's how you start selling. Now, obviously, that's a really quick and dirty explanation of the process, but it's pretty accurate. There's not much more to it other than the work of having to research your products and everything. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add on that, Mike?
No, I think you got it all covered really well, Jason. That was a good answer there.
Cool. Mike, here's one.
Oh, go right ahead, Jason.
Okay, I was going to ask you, do I need a UPC for my product?
Oh, good question. Yes, in almost every category, you need a UPC, which is a universal product code, but they're incredibly simple to get. We give you several resources in order to go out there and buy a UPC. For anyone else who doesn't know what it is, it's simply the barcode you see on every single product that you buy at the store. It's a scannable code so that, when Amazon's taking it off the shelf, they can scan it in and know what product it is. When you're buying it at Target or Walmart, wherever, they can scan it and they know what that is as well. And so you should add a UPC to your product, and we tell you how to do that. Now, you just got to buy one UPC. You don't buy a unique one for every single piece that you buy. If you're buying like 200 units, you don't need 200 UPCs. You just need one, and you print the same one onto every box. We walk you through that. It's incredibly simple, and you don't print it. Your supplier will print it for you. They know it. Like Jason was talking about earlier, your supplier knows exactly what you need them to do. They know that you're going to be private labeling. They know that they're going to put a logo on your product. They know they're going to be putting some custom packaging together for you. They know you're going to want a UPC printed on there. They should ask you all these things, and if not, we tell you what to tell them so they know exactly what to do.
Cool. Mike, do you recommend to sell as an LLC or as a private seller?
What I recommend to get going is neither. And don't get me wrong, I'm not giving you legal or tax advice. What I'm suggesting is don't worry about getting that set up right away. What we tell people is set up your account as a professional seller, as an individual, to get going. There's no reason to go out there and waste time or money right now in setting up an LLC or an S Corp or anything else. Just get your account set up, find your product, find your supplier, get everything ready to go. Once you have all that, then you can go handle those other details and get things set up. Personally, I do recommend LLCs. I found that right now those seem to be one of the easiest ways. They give you the biggest protections. You'll have lots of protection just by being a part of an LLC that you won't have as being an individual. That's why later on, once you've got going, that's when you go out down that path and find that, but there's no reason to do that right now. It's a great idea. I'm glad you're thinking ahead. That's another sign that you'll be really successful because you're thinking several steps down the road, but I wouldn't worry with it now. When the time comes, ask in our community. You'll get several different answers about which is the best one based on your situation, and more than likely, It'll be an LLC. They're cheap. They're affordable to set up. You can do it online, but you don't need to do it right away. I wait until you at least found your product.
Cool. So I just want to remind everyone, we still have lots of questions we're going to be answering, but I just want to remind everyone about the live webinar only bonus. And maybe, Mike, you can kind of go through again what this includes so that you definitely want to sign up on this call.
Yeah, absolutely. So we still have it up on the screen there, but remember the bonuses, what you see in red on the screen, those are only available if you sign up before we're done with the Q&A here. And we probably got about another 30 minutes or so to go with the questions. But you're going to, the bonus 1 through 7, the group coaching calls, the Manage My Stats tool, which takes care of all your emails as well, Helium 10, which is crazy, insane keyword research, Jungle Scout to know exactly how much your competitors are selling, the amazing Launchpad, which is something that I'm really, really psyched and pumped about to help launch your brand, the ASM Workbook, which is a multi-tab spreadsheet that keeps track of everything, the templates and checklist package to help make sure you know exactly what to say and when. Those are all the 7 standard bonuses, but on this webinar only, you're also going to get $1,000 back towards your inventory. And again, this is not some crazy small fine print bonus. The only thing we ask, place your order for inventory within 60 days. Most people place their inventory order probably within 2 to 4 weeks. That's probably the normal to find your product, find your supplier. We're giving you a full 2 months to place your inventory order. Once you do that, you just give us your receipts from your commercial invoice you get from your supplier and the proof of payment, and then we will give you $1,000 back. It's that simple, but you only get it on this call here before we're done. Also, another live webinar bonus is the private coaching with the ASM mentors. I know every single one of them. They are rock stars. They know so much about it. It's incredible how much they know about this business. We have people been selling for 10 years, and we have some mentors that have been right where you are, only been selling for a couple years, but that's a good thing. They know exactly what it's like because these are rock stars. You saw one, Galia, who's been selling for only about a year and already doing over $150,000. And then there's Ann, another mentor, who's doing, I believe, over $90,000 a month. These are all members who've been selling for about a year and are now mentors because they want to help people. But you only get 2 private coaching calls with them when you sign up. And again, we truly do pay for their time. This is not something that we're just saying, oh yeah, we're going to pay for their time, but really they're volunteering. That's not it. These are people who have their own businesses to run. They also have their own families. So to spend an hour talking with someone about their business, as much as they love doing it, and they truly do, they're already spending time in the community helping people in our private community. So to spend a dedicated 2 30-minute sessions, we have to pay them for that. And we're doing that. You don't pay for any of it. We cover the cost of that. But again, that's only if you sign up on this live webinar. And then the 6-month guarantee, where that's only available on this webinar at all. We have offered this a couple of times in the past, but we have to limit it because it's a huge guarantee. We're basically giving away the entire program and buying inventory for people who we want and hope will take all the next steps towards building their business. It was crazy when we first had this idea about a year or 2 ago. We had no idea what it would do to us, but we felt it was the right thing to do, and I'm so glad that we've done this because this is a way, basically be a safety net, that if you want to start this business, try it out. The only thing we're asking is you follow the basic steps. And again, you will see there is a terms, ASM 6-month buyback terms link when you go to the order form. If you want to see what these fine print is, go check it out. It is not fine print. It's basically what I walked through earlier. We want you to set up your profile. Just tell us who you are and create put an image in there so we know who we're talking to. We want you to say hello. That's not very hard to do. Come in and say hello because we know sometimes breaking the ice is all you need to do. Say hello. Then we want you to set up your Seller Central account, find your product, find your supplier, and then order your product. Those are all the things you're going to do regardless when you start this business. If you do those and a few other things, such as we want you to ask a few questions in the community or answer a few, and 5 is the number. So over 6 months, you need to go in the community 5 times and ask or answer a question. It can be the simplest question like, how does this product look? What do this criteria look to you? Whatever it is. And then all you need to do as well, launch your product, and then you will be eligible for the 6-month buyback guarantee, which not only gives you back everything you spent on ASM, also up to $5,000 in any inventory you might have left over. So if you're worried that you will not be able to sell a single product and you'll be stuck with a whole bunch of inventory, this is why we put this there. We want you to feel like you have this behind you. But again, those 3 bonuses in red, those are only if you sign up before we're done on this call here today. And again, that's asmnow.com/6 months. If you have any problems at all, there's a phone number on here you can call as well. We also have 2 people from support on this webinar right now. If you're having any kind of problems ordering, just post a question into the webinar and they will get to you right away.
Awesome, Mike, thanks. Fernando asks, how much time do I need to spend building this business to make it work?
Yeah, you know, this is, if you don't mind, since I did this a little more recently than you did, Jason, I'll answer this. And I am a father of 2. I had a full-time corporate job. You saw that earlier. I'll tell everyone right now on the call, I was Charter Communications, now called Spectrum, here in the United States. They were a great company, cable, telecom. I liked the people that I worked with, but it was a busy job. It was very demanding. And therefore, my point is, I didn't have a lot of time to do this training. So what I did is in the evenings, I would come home from my job, I would have dinner with the family, because that's like a big priority for me, and then I would go downstairs, do a little bit of work for about an hour, come up, hang out a little more before the kids go to bed, and then I would go down again after everyone goes to bed, and I work for another hour. So I would put in about 2 hours a day during the week, not 7 days, probably about 5 days a week. 1 to 2 hours a day is all that it really takes to go through the training each week, and that was enough to get my product launched. That's like the minimum what you put in there. I got to tell you, once you get into it, like especially once you get to modules 2 and 3 and 4 after you found your product, you'll be addicted. It's not going to be how much time do I have to put in. It's going to be how do I pull myself out of this. It's an addictive business. You'll find yourself thinking about this all the time, and I'm not talking about going crazy thinking. I'm talking about creative, fun, exciting thinking. Jason and I are big believers in visualization to make sure that you get to where you need to be. Visualize where you want to be. That's going to become second nature once you start this business, and it will help you get to where you want to be. It's not going to do it for you, but it helps you feel exactly what it's going to feel like once you've launched your product, once you're making consistent sales every day, once you've reordered, once you've launched your second product. This business does not take a tremendous amount of time. There will be times later on. Let's imagine it's 6 months down the road, you're launching your second product. Well, you got to go back to sourcing. You're going to go and search for a product. You're going to want to find another supplier, if you don't use your existing supplier, which you most likely can, and then you're going to want to work on the packaging for it as well. I would say that the times that you spend the most time at this business is when you're launching additional products. Those are the other times. But there are absolutely times where if you've got a product or 2 up and selling and you want to go on vacation for a month, you can get by just checking your email once every day or 2. That's pretty much all that's involved. When you just have a product or 2 up, it can be a very low maintenance business if that's what you want. If you want to grow it into a multi-million-dollar brand, like Jason said earlier, you'll need to put time into it like a real business. But to get going, 1 to 2 hours a day is sufficient to get through the training and to get your first product up and selling, just knowing that later on when you launch more products, you'll have to repeat that process as well.
Awesome. You know what, Mike, so a couple things going to happen right now. So I want to ask a favor of all you that's still on the call. We have 1,000 people still on this call right now. And so out of you, I would love to know what is holding you back right now. Now, this is an opportunity right now that is something that, 6 months from now you'll be sitting there saying, oh, I wish I would have done that. So what is the deal breaker for you? What is a question that you have that is making you sit there on the fence that you're just not sure if this is the right thing for you, if this just might not work for you? What are you afraid of? The reason I'm asking this is because I see Trina Patrick just said something. This is great. I'm excited and scared at the same time. That is so normal. First of all, Trina, you made an incredible decision. And the whole thing is you are investing in a life-changing opportunity right now. This is something that you truly are going to be changing your life. The big thing that I recommend, though, Trina, if I can give you any advice, is follow the system. You just invested in an incredible, in my opinion, the world's best program for this topic. Don't shortchange yourself. Don't sit there and shortcut anything. Follow everything. Ask questions. Leverage the mentors. Use the resources. But for those of you up there that haven't been able to take that step yet, what is your deal breaker? So I'd like you to put in big capital letters, deal breaker, and then ask your question. What we're going to do right now, though, Mike, I would love you to name off a few other people that have signed up, and then we'll get into those deal breaker questions.
Yeah, sure. So there's Samuel, there's Jessica, there's Marta, there is Pablo, Wendy, Gabrielle, Del Lee. Also, there is Marissa. There is another Jason, probably not you. There is. I want to welcome you all. There's too many more. I'm waiting for my screen to refresh right now. But we have so many people that are joining. And remember, like I walked through earlier, I know it seems like it's been like hours since I kind of talked about this. Now that you're signed up, I want everyone that I just read off and everyone else I didn't, look for the email that you're getting. It's going to walk you through actually logging into Amazing Selling Machine. Go in there, watch that welcome video. It's going to kind of give you an overview of everything you can expect and what's going to be coming over the next 8 weeks of building your business. And then be sure after that, go into the community and just say hello. It's so, I can't even say, I'm not going to use the word exciting again. It's crazy how when you go in there and say, hey, I'm Mike, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, I'm looking to quit my job in 12 months, you will get people responding to you right away. And you'll be surprised how many people you might have that live somewhere near you or in the same type of job as you or the same goals as you or the same hobbies as you. With a community of 30,000 plus people, it's a pretty good chance that we know someone that is very similar to where you've been and where you want to go in your life.
Awesome. I got a couple of deal breakers in here that I see as awesome. So Clarissa, I love this one. I don't love this, but she says, my husband says this is a scam. Clarissa, we are BBB accredited. We are accredited by the Better Business Bureau here in Austin, Texas. We are 100% a legitimate business. You can't be a scam. We can't offer a program like this and not be legit. You have the FTC protecting. You got the BBB protecting. We are 100% legitimate, and we are proud of it. We've been doing this since 2012. Nobody competes with us. Nobody out there has the stats that we have where they can say that their students have generated over $8 billion in revenue on Amazon. Again, just by the fact of saying that we're BBB accredited, what you have to go through for accreditation, they make sure they look at everything. We are the real deal, Vera, but again, we can't prove that to you. That's something you have to check out. But believe me, we are 100% legit. I wouldn't be doing it. I couldn't live with myself if I was scamming people. This is all about changing people's lives. Check out our events at sellercon.com. Check out the thousands and thousands of people that have been to our events, the life-changing things that they've done. Check out our Facebook page, the reviews we have. We got a 4.7 out of 10 of hundreds of thousands of, a 4.7 out of 5, 4.7 out of 5 rating from our customers. We are legitimate. We are real. I understand your husband's fear, but that's not anything that we're part of. This other deal breaker question says, I do not, that was Clarissa that said that. I'm sorry, that original question. This one is from Vera. She says, my deal breaker is, do I have enough time a week as a single mom who also works? Mike, maybe you can take that one because I know we've got examples of that.
Being a single mom myself, just kidding. My wife would kill me if I said that out loud again. But no, so being someone who worked in the corporate world, having a job that I had to drive at least an hour to and from each day through rush hour traffic, I was incredibly busy. I don't think that I could ever say that I'm as busy as single mom because I know how hard you work at taking care of your family. That's incredible. But I can tell you this, I know a lot of single moms that looked specifically to this business in order to have something they could do in their downtime. When they're, when they finally get the kids to bed at midnight and they have a few hours free there, or the kids take a nap during the day, this is the perfect model because you can do it all on your own. Everything is online. You can access all the training recordings when you want to. If you can't make a live coaching call, we record every single one so that you can watch it. If you know ahead of time you can't make it a live coaching call, you can submit your question ahead of time. So we make sure to cover those on the calls as well. We have a really big community. I believe there's one called Amazing Moms that are just for moms building this business, and a large number of them are single moms too, trying to better their situation and do something that is flexible and also significant enough it can be life-changing for them. So I know a lot of them that are doing this. I believe that Anne, one of our mentors, is one of the people just like that, taking care of 2 young kids and also running this business by herself. She was able to do it, and she is completely crushing it as well. You can absolutely do it. I have faith in you. What I would suggest, give it a shot. If you feel like it's not for you, that it's driving you crazy, that you just don't think you can really do this, it just stresses you out too much, you have 30 days completely just to call us or email us and get all your money back, no questions asked. You could join today, never log in and check out any of the training at all, and just get a refund within 30 days. Like, there's no requirements. It truly is no questions asked. There's no steps you have to follow. We want as many people as possible to try this out, see how good the training is, see how incredible the community, the mentors are, the private resource vault. And if you realize it's not for you, you're not going to hurt our feelings, maybe a little, but you really won't hurt our feelings. But we know how much this can change people's lives. And you can see it, like Jason and I, it's changed our lives. We're not people who just have this idea, hey, let's do some training. This came as the second part of that. We experienced it. It changed our lives. And then sharing it was the natural follow-up to that, so that we can go out there and share how incredible this is. The live events that we have, I know Jason mentioned that earlier, it is, for me, awe-inspiring to have people come up and thank us for helping them build this business to change their lives, to change their kids' lives. We have members, Philip Jepson, you saw him on here. He has multiple kids who are now doing this business. John Gill, another one of our successful members, taught his son, who now does his business full-time as well and has incredibly successful brands on Amazon. People trust this business enough to share it with family, and maybe not enough to not share it with in-laws. Hope that wasn't such a bad joke or anything like that. But.
So I like that one, Mike. That was pretty good, actually. So people have been asking over and over again. I see them in here, and I guess you're not seeing it, but the bonus roadmap, so it is in the chat. So the link is amazingwebinars.com/roadmap. So for the bonus roadmap that Mike was talking about, you'll see it in the little chat box. You can also just type in amazingwebinars.com/roadmap. So I want to remind everyone again, so this offer for the 6-month buyback, pretty much when we end Q&A, we're going to allow it to stay open probably for about another 15-20 minutes, and then it will be going down. So here's a warning for you. This Q&A is almost done. When this Q&A is done, there's going to be just a few, because we realize people are probably having, like Kermit, I'm trying to remember her name. Was it Clarissa? Yeah, Clarissa says, Jason, my husband is listening. She has to convince her husband that we are actually legitimate. I promise you, we are legitimate. I live here in Austin, Texas. You can hunt me down if this is not legitimate. I don't like the word hunt me down. How about you can search me and we can talk? But this is 100% legitimate. I promise you, I promise you. But when this goes, the offer of the 6-month buyback and all of those promises, all of those extra offers are going to be going away. And we can't offer this to everyone. It is limited, so you're going to want to sign up. And remember again, so first of all, you're protected by a completely unrestricted 30-day money-back guarantee. All you have to do is contact us, let us know that you'd like a refund. We might ask you is can you tell us why, give us feedback, because it's always good to get feedback, but at the end of the day, you just have to say, no, I just want my refund, and we will give you a refund. We legally have to give you a refund. We can't argue with you. We can't say no. We will give you that refund. No problem. We don't want you in the program if you want a refund. If you're sitting there saying, you know what, this isn't for me. I've been through the first few modules. It's just I'm not feeling it. I don't think I'm going to be able to make this work. Then so be it. At least you've tried it. at least you can live with yourself from that perspective to know whether or not this is good for you or not. But I ask you to at least try that. Now, obviously, I know this isn't a cheap program. But again, this also isn't a little ebook. This isn't just a little course. This is something where people are generating huge financial businesses, creating huge financial businesses from. We put so much into this. We put absolutely so much into this. And again, as you saw, like our mentors, we don't just hire people off the street and pay them minimum wage to be able to be mentors in our program. These are legitimate sellers. These are people that have, most of them have been through our program. Some of them have been selling longer than we have, but have come into our program knowing that we've actually helped their business more because of by the community that we have together. And they are passionate. And that's one thing that you'll find a lot of. We say passion because we are passionate about this. Our goal is to get you to make, so the whole purpose of ASM is to help you to create your own profitable business in the next 6 months. But it doesn't end there either. As Mike said, you get constant updates. So when we come up with the next greatest update to this program, which we will, you get access to all that. You get lifetime access to the community. So whether it be a month from now or 2 years from now, you'll be able to go in the community and leverage those resources. And there's lots and lots of people that tell us all the time how they, whenever there's an update, they always go in because we're coming out with the latest and greatest strategies. And that's something that's super powerful by being able to have this community. Because I know, just for example, me and Mike, 2 people selling. If we were doing this all on our own, I guarantee you we would not be as successful selling on Amazon as we are now because of leveraging what other people share. So not only do we share, but other people share back and said, hey, I took this strategy you guys did and I tweaked it this way and look at the results I've got. So we're all helping each other, growing each other. And one other thing that's super powerful about the community is when you're feeling low. You know, one of the great things, I love working with business partners because it's just like a marriage, that when you fall down, when you trip, when you're feeling low, that person's there to pick you up. That's what's in that community. Is I guarantee you, if you go in there and say, I'm not sure about this, I'm feeling really discouraged, you'll get easily 20 or 30 thought out, well thought out responses of people saying, I know how you're feeling, I've been there, stick with it, this works. And they'll give you such encouragement because they know this is scary. As I read that one lady said, she goes, you know, I'm excited but scared at the same time. Of course you are. This is a life-changing decision you're making. This is a big investment you're making. You should be scared, but you should also be super excited. But leverage that fear for energy to know that that's because you know you're making the right decision and you're going to move forward and you're going to be successful. I know it. All right, so let's take a couple more questions here, Mike.
Yeah, I actually have some people too, Jason, I want to thank for joining this. I got another list here.
Cool.
First off, Jessica Thompson, welcome aboard. She actually joined a little bit ago, a few weeks ago, and she's on this webinar just to learn more. She says, I found ASM just a few weeks ago, and I've already found a supplier, placed sample orders, and the process is moving right along. I don't know what is going to happen, but you guys have already changed my mindset on life! Exclamation mark. Awesome, Jessica. Thank you. Welcome aboard, and thanks for joining us again on this webinar. That's fantastic. But she's not the only one. We have Ryan Freed, Mo Abdid, Angel Fernandez, Nicole James, Faisal Qureshi, Celeste Kriya, Frankie Marrero, Maureen Fowler, Trina Kirkpatrick, Marani Manatu, Sia Kadrijan, Atanas Manev, Casilda Matthews, Berenice Mora Castilla, Pamela Berry, and others. I can't even kind of go through them all. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm so excited. I know I keep saying that, but I mean it from the heart. I'm really, really excited to have everyone joining us on this journey.
Awesome. For how long will the online web classes and modules be available? Can we go back and review it? You want to take that one?
Yeah, so you can absolutely go back and review anytime that you want. So first off, the course right now is 8 weeks long, and you get access to one module every single week. Now, we don't do this to hold back anything. We do it intentionally because we know that the right steps to follow, and you need to follow them sequentially in order to make sure that you have the best chances for success. So we'll go over the modules, in the webinar here. But for example, find your product module 1, find your supplier module 2, place your order module 3, get things ready on your brand module 4, and so forth. You get access to those 1 week at a time, but if you want to go back and watch anything, any point in time, you can go back and watch it. It never goes away. And like Jason was talking about, when we update, not if we update the training, when we update the training, you will get complete access to the brand new training every time we do it as well. And you can go back in time and watch it. It never goes away. The same thing for the coaching calls. Those are there for you to go back and watch over again if you want to. And everything else in there. It's online. It's available whenever you want to go back and rewatch whatever you want to. And you can also create bookmarks. This is a feature. I'm laughing. I'm going to embarrass myself in front of Jason. I did not know we had this, but if you want to place a bookmark at a really interesting spot in the training, you click a little tab inside the dashboard, click the the bookmark tab or whatever, little icon, and then say, this is where they talked about the Launch Blitz and Rank, creating your Facebook offer. You can create all those tabs if you want to, go back and see specific parts that you found are interesting or need to watch again. It's awesome. It's an amazing platform. It's completely proprietary that we put together, and there's nothing else like it in the world.
All right, I got a couple more good deal breakers here. So this one's saying, Zudun, I believe your name is, I don't know if my chosen product would be successful. More or less, I guess, and I see a few of these deal breakers. Here's another one that says, how will I know if my product's going to be successful? Maybe, Mike, you can address that with that fear of, how do I know that I'm going to pick the right product?
Yeah, so first thing I put it out there, there are no guarantees in life for everything. Like, there is risk involved in everything. But what I learned a long time ago, when not only working in the corporate world but starting this business, there's a certain type of risk called calculated risk, and that is the right type of risk to go for in a business like this. A calculated risk is when you look at all the options out there, you can't remove every single thing that can go wrong, but you've done everything and surround yourself by everyone possible to make sure that you have the best possible chances for success. That's what this course gives you. It gives you a calculated way to go out there, still take risks, because there is no gain without some amount of risk, but do it in a way that you have the best chances for success. Now, that's kind of like my standard answer talking about risk, but another way to think about this, we're going to tell you, we're going to give you the exact criteria to look for. Not only the criteria you saw on this webinar, we're going to give you much more detailed criteria specific to each category and marketplace, so you know exactly what type of products are the best ones to sell and have the best chances for success. So if you follow the criteria that you'll be learning in Module 1, you get it right away in Module 1. You follow that criteria to a T, you have the best possible chances and the least possible risk for picking a good product. Also, look at the screen right now, the 6-month guarantee. That's your fail-safe. That's your safety net. If you do invest in ASM and you pick a product and you launch it using the ways we tell you to launch it, you're covered. We'll pay you back for any inventory you can't sell. If you pick a product that for some reason doesn't sell, well, that's not what we want. That's not why we're creating this training program. We want you to be successful, but if that happens, if something goes drastically wrong, you're covered with a 6-month guarantee. That's the other way to mitigate and limit any risk involved with every step of this business.
Yeah, I really want to add on that. So the whole 6-month guarantee, what we're doing here is we're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're saying if you fall, now here's the deal. You can't just go in and pick any product you want and say, oh, I picked the product. No. You got to follow our criteria. So you follow our criteria. You do exactly what we say. We are so confident that within 6 months from now, you will be ecstatic about having your own business on Amazon, that we guarantee if you're not, if you followed everything we say, and it's not like we have any hoops for you to jump through. There's nothing extra we add. We simply have you follow the course within a specific time frame that we know is very achievable. Again, we're talking about 6 months from now. And if at the end of that time period you've sat there and you've done everything we've said, and you have a business that you don't want to run, or you have a business that isn't working, that's how the 6-month guarantee protects you. Is you're able then to say, you know what, guys, this didn't work for me. look, I've proven it, and it's very easy, we actually track everything, here's everything I've done. And yes, we have had people take us up on the 6-month guarantee, and we're proud of that, because for some people, and the funny thing is, there's people that said, you know what, this works, I don't want to do this business. There's certain people, one thing I've learned in life, and this is when, I've tried having all my family do this business and everything, not everyone's meant to run their own business. Some people just like working for other people. Some people like going into an office. Some people like that kind of stuff. I can't guarantee that you're going to sit there and say, yes, this is the best business in the world for me. But if you're someone that wants to have freedom, that you want to be in control of your life, if you want to be able to work from home, and and that's another thing, some people don't like working from home, then this 6-month guarantee is pretty much the best way you can do this risk-free. You follow the training, you do the steps, and then at the end of the 6 months, if for whatever reason it's not working out for you, we cover you. But not only do we cover you by refunding ASM, we also protect you up to $5,000 in purchase inventory. That means that if you spent $3,000 on inventory plus $5,000 on Amazon, on the Amazing Selling Machine, we will reimburse you not only the refund for the $5,000 that you spent on ASM, but we'll also reimburse you $3,000 for that inventory. That's how it works. It really is the best protection we can get, and nobody else is doing this. That's why when you talk about being legit, nobody else does this, because we know, again, we understand that some people, this just isn't going to be the right business model for them. They're just not going to want to do it. So be it, but at least you've done it, and we can sleep well at night knowing that we've given you a way to truly test this without putting too much risk on you whatsoever. Mike, so here we are at the 2 hours and 40-minute mark. I do have a couple more questions. What do you say we do 2 more questions?
That sounds good to me.
All right. So I said that, and I wish I would have looked at the questions. There's just so many of them coming in. Hang on a second. Oh, this is a great one. I got this. So let's say we believe you're a legitimate business. I'll let you guys guess who's saying this deal breaker. Can you speak once more to why you personally aren't just on the private label island selling on Amazon, if selling on Amazon is so great? So Clarissa, one thing you're going to learn really quickly that when you do join is that we change people's lives. That this is all about making the world a better place. We are passionate about entrepreneurialism. We are, like, as I sat there, I sat in my company working my ass off, and the CEO came to us and said, no, I don't appreciate you enough. I'm going to be taking away all your bonuses. And that year getting a $7.5 million stock option. You can look it up, Weyerhaeuser 2003, that happened. That was the moment that broke me. That was the moment that I realized there's got to be more to this. As we've been doing this, there's something about the word passion. Let me share this too. When you say passion, a lot of times, follow your passion. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you this. When we had our first event back there in 2000, Mike, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 2014 in Austin when we first met, when you were at one of our live events, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. We had the lineup, so we had that was one of our smaller first events. We had 500 people there. We had almost 500 people lined around the room, coming up and shaking our hand. People were crying, people were hugging us, people were looking us straight in the eyes and saying, you hear this, I've seen people saying this, but I want you to know how true this is. You've changed my life. Now, that might sound cliche or whatever. I don't know how it sounds to you. All I know is what it's done for me is it changed my life. To know that not only am I teaching, helping free people, that it's changing their lives. I'm addicted to it now. I love running, and here's the other thing too. I can't run that big of a private label business. I don't have 3 million products. Like, I can't even remember how many millions they say they sell on Amazon. There's no way. There's so much opportunity out there. You've got to think about it. So Amazon, when you look at e-commerce, what that stat said earlier today is 47% of all e-commerce in the United States now is happening on Amazon. That's increased dramatically just over the last few years. So every year, more and more people are buying online, less and less people are buying offline. That means every year, more and more people have, more and more products are being purchased on Amazon. So when you have a product on Amazon, to go from, they went from when I joined 65 billion to now selling over $300 billion in products. There is so much room out there. There is so much room for people to be able to change their lives. Mike McClary, who is on this call right now, was a student. He is someone whose lives changed. He signed up just like you. He was listening to a call like this. He said, you know, is this opportunity right for me? He signed up for it. It changed his life. Now look what he's doing. He believed in it so much that he now is helping us. He's become a partner in our business because he believes in it so much. I don't know what else to say about that. You know, a lot of people, and we've heard that question now for 7 years, if this is so great, why don't you just keep it to yourself? That's selfish. If there's an opportunity out there where you can help spread, you know, make this world a better place, there's something that I'm known for, and it's for being a very passionate, empathic person who really cares about other people, and you'll see that as you get to know me, that's very true. So is Mike. We love changing people's lives. We love working with people. We love inspiring people. We love helping people however we can because we realize that we're making this world a better place. If we just sit there and try to take opportunities and hoard them to ourselves, what are we doing? You know what? How much enjoyment can I get by just sitting there and hoarding products selling on Amazon versus the enjoyment, fulfillment I'm getting by not only being able to have my own brand on Amazon, but being able to teach people and give people the freedom to be able to do the same. I really don't know what else to say on that. I've probably already said too much, but I want you to know, and I understand. I completely, legitimately understand the fear. You know, the internet, you know, you don't know what you're getting oftentimes. But as I said, we're BBB accredited. We have more results, more testimonials than anybody else out there. But you have to take, and that's why we protect you by the 30-day money-back guarantee, that you'll know, like at the end of the day, put it this way, you can charge back. You can call your credit card company and say, you know what, they're not refunding me, give me my money back, and they will, your credit card company has you protected that way. We don't want you doing that. When you do that, what that does is that makes our credit look horrible. So of course we're going to give you a refund. You are protected. I don't know if there's anything else I can add to that or you can add to that, Mike, but believe me, we're legit, man.
No, we are. We wouldn't be here doing this if we didn't, if we weren't, and if we didn't care. I'll think there's one more deal breaker that I'm going to answer here. It's from Berenice asking about the 6-month guarantee. Just wanted to know, can you tell us exactly what those steps are again? And I'm going to go, I'm not going to show it up here because I'm going to my iPad next to me. I'm going to our guarantee page that you will see if you click on the terms on the order form, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get the 6-month guarantee, because it's not difficult at all. So first, you need to earn the following badges all within 2 months. When I say badges, these just show that you've done the basic inside of the program. You need to set up your profile in our membership. You need to actually just say hello. It's as simple as that. Say hello to everyone. Then set your Amazon account up, find your product, find your supplier, and then place your first order. Those are the main steps here. Then, once you've done that, there's only a few other things you have a full 6 months to do. We want you to at least answer or respond 5 times in the community. Over 6 months, just, you know, say hello, ask a question, answer a question, 5 times, that's it. We just want to show, we want you to show that you're using the community, because that's why it's there. It's as powerful as anything else in the training. That's why we set this very achievable goal up. Then we want you to create your brand and show that your inventory arrived at Amazon, because without it arriving at Amazon, you can't sell it. We want you to attend the coaching calls or watch the recording of them. And again, you have the full 6 months to do this. And then we want you to launch your product using our launch strategy inside of ASM. Those are all inside the details of the 6-month guarantee. Again, it's not fine print. It's all in regular font. You'll be able to see it right there. That's all you need to do. Basically, follow our training and launch your product, and then you are eligible for the 6-month guarantee. Now, don't get me wrong, you can't just do nothing for 6 months and the last minute try to rush it all in. That doesn't count. That's not what we're trying to teach you. We want you to build a business. I can't say that, often enough. The entire purpose of the 6-month guarantee is to make sure you follow the right steps in the right order, very simple, achievable steps in order to build your business. And if you do that, we reward you. You still get to keep your business, you get everything back that you spent on the course, and if you have any products left over you couldn't sell, we're going to cover that for you. So hopefully, Berenice, that covered the details of the 6-month guarantee. And I think we're pretty close now, Jason. I'll tell you what.
I just want to add 2 things, though, buddy.
Oh, yeah, go right ahead.
I want to say, Clarissa, congratulations. They just signed up. Her husband let her do it. She says she's scared and excitement. I promise you, you will love it. And Alan, he just said, I did it. I'm on board. OMG, I'm scared blank. So Alan, totally understandable. Congratulations. I'm very happy for all of you guys. So what were you going to say, Mike?
I was going to say that I know that I see some people here said they have to go get their credit card, they have to call their bank. So maybe what we can do here, Jason, is leave this link active for, 30 minutes? Is that what we were talking about earlier?
So it's 9:50 right now. How about we do this? 10:30 Central Time, 40 minutes.
That works.
10:30. So just let them know to take the sales page down at 10:30. So that gives you guys 40 minutes. You're going to find if you wait till 10:31, it's going to be gone. But I understand also that this is, a big investment, so we're totally cool with doing that. But yeah, you know what? I just want to say this before we sign off. Thank you so much for sticking around. So many of you stuck around right to the end. Thank you for being vulnerable to us and sharing us truthfully what the deal breakers are. We appreciate it, and we understand that you're making a huge commitment here, and we have your back. That's what we're here for. You're protected, but more than that, I don't want to talk about that you're protected from the refund. More importantly from that, you're protected inside the community by a group of sellers that truly care about your success. You have access to the best training, to incredible mentors, to incredible tools, to a proven system that we've proven over and over again to be the best bet for getting you up and running with your own brand on Amazon. But remember one thing, it takes you. This is not something, there isn't some magic button where you push and all of a sudden magically it happens. We provide you all the tools, all the training, all the mentoring, all the encouragement we can, but you have to make it work. And remember to leverage us, to be able to ask questions. Please don't ever make this mistake and say, oh my gosh, I'm afraid that I'm going to sound dumb. That is going to cause you failure. If you're stuck on a question, you ask in the community, ask the mentors, post those questions, get the help you need. We charge a good amount of money, but that means that we're also giving you an incredible resource, and that's how we're able to do that. We have the ability to be able to answer your questions, give you that feedback. Plus, you're also taking advantage of an incredible deal where you also get those 2 bonus sessions. So maybe, Mike, just real quickly before we sign off, talk about what the 2 mentor bonus sessions are.
Yeah, so we already talked about the $1,000 inventory reimbursement, which again is like a way to get free inventory. Someone had asked earlier, what is the average amount they spend on inventory? I think Rob, he joined already, even though we didn't get to this yet. Rob asked, what do you expect to spend on inventory? You can spend anywhere from $500 up to $5,000, but on average, I think we've seen members spend between $1,000 and $2,500 on their inventory. Again, that's average. You don't have to do that. There's lots of ways around it, but that's what we're looking at as average. But let's say you go that $1,000, $1,500 inventory route, that's what you're going to spend. We're going to give you $1,000 of that back. So that's one of the bonuses. Now the other are the private coaching calls with mentors. You actually get 2 of them. So you'll get 2 private 30-minute coaching calls with one of our, million, what is it, average of 1.8 million they've all sold on Amazon. It's crazy. So these are people that not just teach, not just like help coaching or rah-rah. They actually sell on Amazon. They know what they're doing. You get 2 30-minute calls with them. So as soon as you sign up, my recommendation is, here's what I would do. Once you found your first product, or you think you found your first product, but you're a little nervous, That's when I would call in that first coaching call. I would schedule it. We'll get you very quickly as we can, one of the mentors, to coordinate a good time for you and them. You can get on that 30-minute call with them. You can go over with a live person your products you're looking at to make sure that you are on the right track. I know some people are always nervous to find that first product. You don't have to do this. That's what I would do if I was starting out. I would use that first coaching call once you found your product opportunities to run them by them and make sure that you are on the right track. Then, once you are, you still get a whole nother 30-minute coaching call with them whenever you want it. I think the limit is we just want you to use it within 6 months. That's all we ask, is that you use it sometime in 6 months. But let's say later on your product's finally arriving, you know it's going to be there in a matter of weeks. That's what I would call in that second coaching call. I would go over your product and your launch strategy with your mentor. We're going to give you all the training inside of ASM, but if you want, again, someone live on the phone, on a Google Hangout, on Skype, on Facebook Messenger, whatever, to walk through that with you, that's exactly what they're there for. So you get 2 of those sessions that we're paying. They will work with you on dates and times no matter where you're at, and we have mentors from all over the world, so you don't got to worry about the time zones being an issue as well. So that's the bonus we're paying for. Again, those are my suggestions. You can use those 2 30-minute coaching calls anytime for anything that you want. It doesn't have to be those. That's just one example of it. So that's that live webinar bonus that goes away at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. That's where we're located. And Austin is where Jason's at right now. I'm St. Louis. We're both in the Central Time Zone at 10:30 p.m. That bonus, along with the $1,000 inventory reimbursement, and along with the 6-month guarantee. The combination of all 3 of those things, which are incredible, will no longer be available at 10:30 p.m. when this order form will be redirected to the standard ASM order form, where you get none of these live webinar bonuses. We'll still be happy to have you, but if you sign up right now before 10:30, this is when you get these incredible bonuses.
Yeah, and thanks, Mike, for making that point, because that question was just asked, is the bonuses available until 10:30? Correct. So even though we're going to be signing off here just in a moment, if you sign up before 10:30, well, what's going to happen is, as Mike showed you on the sales letter, so on the checkout, when you go to asmnow.com/6 months, when you're on that page, you will see in the top corner, it's going to say live webinar only special. If that is not there, if you do not see the live webinar only special on that page, that means you missed out. So that's what that means. And I just want to say one last thing. Catalina, I am so sorry. You didn't put the word deal breaker in front of your question, so I didn't see it. So her fear is that she won't be able to find the right product to sell. Everything is looking oversaturated. Let me just tell you, that's not true. There's tons and tons and tons of opportunity on Amazon. There's so many product potentials out there. That's what we show you, is we make sure. And Mike, in the training, isn't it module 1 right away we get into that about the?
Yeah, it's the very first module. It is like almost every lesson in module 1 is dedicated towards finding the right product, and we have very, very specific criteria. Again, above and beyond what you've seen tonight on how to make sure that your product is not saturated. Because are there saturated products out there? Yeah, there are. Of course there are. People are always launching new products, coming up with new ideas. So as more people sell them, then that might not meet the criteria. But people are always launching new products and coming up with new ideas. So there's brand new markets that are out there and new products that are awesome deals that very few people even know about. There are some there's some products out there that if you do a search for them, like only 8 different products show up. Out of the 3 billion on Amazon, there's some categories that only have 8 products in there. That is a prime opportunity. Like you will not have a problem finding a product that is not too competitive. And if you do find it, check it off your list, move on to the next one. Check it off your list, move on to the next one. There's no rush here. You have anytime you want to go back and continue finding as many products as you want. And if you want, now you can't just ask a mentor to give you a product that then you don't know how to run this business yourself. We want you to learn how to do it. But if you are worried that the product you find might not be a good fit and might be too competitive, use that free coaching call. That's what they're there for. They can give you tips and advice.
All right, and so the very last question I'm taking, and this is truly it because I think it's a great question here, is how do we ensure the bonuses will be honored? I don't see anything on the receipt because it's all time-stamped, Asma. However, if you are unsure, just put in a support ticket to support@amazing.com. Say you signed up on this bonus and you want to get verification that you qualify for these bonuses. I know we have Sonia on the call right now. She can probably respond to this question too. But yeah, just contact support if you want validation that you're going to be on. But anybody that signs up on this call, you qualify. Believe me, we're not into, messing with people here. Our reputation is on the line. Our goal is to make everyone successful, so we would never do anything like that. We promise you, promise you, promise. Again, thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to pass the mic over to Mike here to say goodbye, but I just want to wish everyone a fantastic evening. Thank you for sticking with us. We're going on 3 hours now. I just realized that now. That's fantastic. For all of you that signed up, I can't wait to get to know you better. Hopefully you show up at one of our live events. We've got one coming up in June 21st in Las Vegas. Maybe you can join us. But right now, focus, get into training, start going through the training. Do yourself a favor and make sure you really spend an hour a day. As Mike said, if you can do an hour a day, a couple hours over the weekend, but during that time, shut off Facebook, shut off your cell phone, get rid of all distractions, and just focus. It'll be so worth it. Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure to talk to all of you, and Mike, I'll let you say goodnight.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks, Jason. Again, Kirsten Van Meter, welcome. I'm glad you were able to get a hold of your husband so you get everything taken care of. Welcome aboard. So many other people on here. The screen's just rolling with people signed up. I want to welcome all of you to Amazing Selling Machine. And again, I'm losing my voice. Again, it's been 3 hours, but this is fun. I enjoy these sessions here. I enjoy the training. We give as much free value as we can, and hopefully everyone on this call, whether you joined or not, I really hope you got a lot out of this training session. We don't hold back much at all. We want people to see the value that we're able to give so that you realize if we can give out this much free, incredible, actionable training on a 3-hour webinar, just imagine what we have inside the full-blown course. That's why we do this. We're not holding back too many things, but there are a lot of stuff that you can get that'll really make your business grow faster and quicker and have less, less risk and more chance of success. That's why we have Amazing Selling Machine, and that's why so many people have had so many successes with it. Again, over 30,000 people have went through the training. I've gotten to meet, I feel sometimes like I've met 30,000 people because I've been to all the live events. I haven't, but I would love to. And I really do hope that as many people that have signed up today, I'll get a chance to meet at a live event as well. We have one coming up this June, and I always love meeting as many people as possible. And if you weren't able to sign up, again, hope you're able to get a lot out of this. Check out the free training, the download we have there too. We always want to provide value, but I still hope at some point in the future we will see you as a member of Amazing Selling Machine. So I'm going to sign off now. Again, this link will be active for another, looks about 26 minutes. So if you're still scrambling to get your details ready, you can still sign up before 10:30 p.m. Central Time. Just go to asmnow.com/6months. Everyone else, we will see you. If you signed up, we'll see you on the next live coaching call, which I'm going to tell you right now, a little spoiler, April the 4th, we're having our next live coaching call. So anyone who's an existing member or just signed up, you will be hanging out with me and Rich Henderson and the mentors. I believe it's a week from this Thursday, live coaching call. Ask any questions that you want, and I look forward to seeing as many people as possible on that live coaching call. Take care, everyone, and we will see you all real soon.